What's happening, folks? Strapping ourselves in for the night. We'll wait for Annette to say hi, and I'll adjust my windows here, and then find out. Question number one, is Annette joining us tonight? So we'll let the notifications kick in. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I'm on tone. First to bet. How you doing, buddy? Beatrice, how are you? Good to see you. People are filing in now. I'm waiting for Annette to hop on. Hi, Nydia. I didn't call you. Is it Nydia or Lydia? Hi, Lisa. Good, good, good. Good to see everybody. Hope everyone had a good hump day. Hi, Giselle. How are you? I'll give Annette a minute or two and then text and see if she's doing all right. We like an element of danger with our broadcast, and it's whether we can actually lift off or not. Libra Lady, how are you? Judy, Dorothy, good to see you. Sea Cat, aloha. Oh, hi, Sylvia. Well, that's fine, Eddie. You never have to worry about typos or anything with me. Gloria, how you doing tonight? SG. Oh, wow, when? Bonjour. DD, how are you doing? Oh, I like the check-ins time. This was fun. Hi, Kim, how are you? Oh, you're not going to believe this, folks. This is like when Yoon showed up early. Annette Dion already here. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, folks. What?
Can't hear you.
You can. I'm not talking. That's why. Here I am.
Look, I'm on time.
You're on time. The picture looks good. You're closer to the camera.
Well, when I'm on my phone, it makes me look far away. I don't know. I got a blinking Wi-Fi thingy. I rebooted. We'll see how it goes. If I happen to freeze, I'll just go to my phone.
Well, so far, still good. Yeah, looks and sounds great from
Yay!
Yeah, who knew?
For a change, well, once in a while things work.
So people are filing in now, Annette. Everyone's saying hi.
Hi.
So how was your day today, Annette?
It was good. It rained, so I didn't get my walk in.
Yeah.
But it was, I think it stopped raining, right? It's windy.
Yeah, it's just windy. It was pretty miserable today, but it was good. I had that live show at the open door at the food pantry here this morning, which was good.
Oh, what were you doing?
I do like that, almost like the Today style show for 1623.
Yeah, I should watch cable.
Yeah, most don't.
Does anybody watch cable?
Yeah, well, that's channel 12. I think they put it on their social media too, but it's really for channel 12,
I'll check it out.
Yeah, but it was good. It was all, we had people from like Addison Gilbert and the Senior Center and the Veterans Services. Like it was a who's who. It was really good today.
All right, do you have a gravestone behind you?
That's not that's not. I think it's a home.
Like you're in a cemetery. Looks like it's a gravestone.
Yeah. That's very serene.
Nice background.
Autumnal. I thought you might like that one tonight.
It looks real. And it's nighttime, right?
Yeah.
It looks like it's nighttime.
Fitting.
You should just tell people it's real.
Sometimes I can't tell if they're real or not. Some are that good, and some are video streams. Like this is actually video, but I don't know.
Corey's outside on the porch.
Yeah, it's nice. Beautiful.
He grew a tree.
So what are we thinking tonight, Dion? A lot going on in the world.
That's up to you. That's up to you what we're thinking, because you have the questions. It is moon and dude, I did check. What's day?
It's 16th today.
Virgo. The moon is going into Virgo in a couple of hours. So right now it's void of course. So things should be a little equitable.
Yeah.
Get
Did you
ready for-
enjoy your knishes from Warren Green?
Is Warren on?
He's away with friends tonight. He
I get-
emailed the list though he can't make it.
That's right. He said he was busy. I can't keep track of Warren.
Yeah.
I can't keep track of all these packages. The knishes were amazing.
They were really good.
Oh, you had how many did you have?
We had one. The good doctor and I split one. That I think it was a cherry cheese one.
Yeah, I broke into the cherry cheese last night. I had to have it in 2 portions because it was really filling.
Yeah.
But wow, I might be hooked. And the blueberry one's still waiting.
Oh, there you go.
That's dessert tonight.
Yeah. Now, did you eat tonight?
I did. I just finished a salad. I was really good today. I made soup and I made salad, and so I don't have to run out and get stuff. So I'm here like 10 hours a day. So I gotta kind of plan ahead.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't know. I didn't want you to start fading like an hour in tonight.
No, I could make some tea too.
Yeah.
Not
Good.
CBD, not CBD tea. That was a little too relaxing.
You think so? Yeah.
Somebody sent me the lowdown on CBD and THC and all that. And it was a mild dose, but it was a dose.
Yeah, you went away from us for a little while there.
Yeah, I was dosing. Well, plus overwhelmed with questions. But
Yeah,
I feel good. I have my red, white, and blue on.
There you go.
Still really happy about the Democrats taking the Senate. It's a kind of a big, huge deal. It's historic.
Hmm.
We're living in historic times.
We are. This is true.
Dense, but historic. So
How
who's
did
up? Who's up? Who's here?
There's 110 plus right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Man, we're just getting going. Even the
Everybody said-
diehards know this is really just the pregame right now. But yeah, Christian has the wrench. I haven't seen Annalie or Justin's mom yet, which is odd. Annalie's usually for. Oh, here's Justin's mom. Good.
Speak of the devil.
So there's that. But yeah, it's a who's who. Now, what was weird last night, Annette, is I went on to get questions for tonight, and I stayed on for maybe an hour and 15 minutes or so because I had to get to some other work. I had to prep for today's show. And as I'm saying my goodbyes, and we're all like kind of bummed out that Yoon wasn't around because I couldn't keep waiting for Yoon to show up to end the show.
You should always wait for you.
As I'm saying goodbye, like literally like ready to click the button to sign off, Yoon
It
popped
was
in.
here, I'll do the bell now.
Yeah.
You
So
don't
Yoon
have to-
popped in and we stayed on for an extra 10 or 15 minutes because we had to,
Yeah, all the way from Singapore. She gets special privileges.
Yeah. So that was my night last night. So I'm sure we'll see her in a little bit. But yeah, all the regulars are here, as far as I know, except Warren.
Good.
Who's on assignment tonight.
Yeah, so Warren sent a care package. After the knishes, what else was in the knish? I'm losing track. Knishes, and what else did he send?
Whatever else he sent to you. We just had the knishes because we had them in our fridge.
So
Yeah.
you got the knish package. By the way, if anybody hasn't had a knish, I recommend it. I don't know the name of the company.
I gave you the stuff.
I know. I just sat there. I went for the knishes.
Yeah, you can slap the sticker right behind you. There's space on that wall.
You don't read about the knishes, you eat the knishes.
I know.
So today I got a package. I have a treats for Bubba. Where is he?
He's literally. You want me to show you real quick?
Well, it's a little thing of treats, so I don't know. He'll probably one gulp.
Bubba is.
One bite and they'll be gone.
Here's Bub.
I can't see him. Oh, he's in the other room sleeping.
He lays in that. It's this tiny closet that we cleared out to get gutted, and it's got a rug in there, and it's cool. I don't think there's insulation underneath, so he likes it in there. Yeah, he likes. Yeah, he runs hot.
Oh yeah, so he's in on the show.
Yeah, so he's there.
Does he have a question?
There's not a whole lot going on in his head in that.
Well, I do have treats, and I got lots of candy.
Oh, of course.
It's Halloween all over again. Lots of retro candy, like Mary Jane's and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bag of atomic balls.
You love those.
Yeah, they're hot. What else? I don't know. I kind of I got the box and then I kind of ran out of the house. Coffee, chocolate, Yeah, it's nice. It's like Christmas all the time.
I know, he's great. He's so generous with us. So very cool. So we should try to figure out, so next, even though this week's show hasn't really started yet, just thanks for your patience, everybody. Next week, right, we can try to adjust things because I don't know if I'm going to be away Wednesday night or not. We could try doing something earlier that day, you know, even like an hour or two earlier, something like that. Or, you know, or whatever. We'll have to figure something out.
That kind of mess everybody up if we start changing the time.
Well, I mean, ideally I'm around, but the night before Thanksgiving usually is a pretty big night around here.
You go out partying?
It's more like it's like a reunion happens. Like everyone sort of comes home. They come home more often for Fiesta and Thanksgiving than they do for Christmas, I find.
Is it true that people just don't think there's a pandemic anymore? I mean, they don't, well, it's not a pandemic level, but they don't think that there's COVID anymore. Do you think that's true?
No, I think I'm seeing more and more masks now for sure.
How are you?
But yeah, but I'm just not seeing well, now because it's happening, like we're not going out to eat or we're not going to be around people. Like they're going to be around people, but with a mask or that, you know.
When you go out?
Yeah, that's what feels different this time. I'm definitely seeing more masks.
So when you go out to the bar and you're whooping it up, people are wearing masks?
Some.
Really?
Yeah, like the staffs usually, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I haven't really been out, you know, at a
Annette,
restaurant.
ring the bell.
Already? Wait. That's early.
Yoon. And she says ring the bell for Bubba. So which we
And now the show. Now
all
the
right.
show happens.
Now we can start. So yeah, so anyway, we can figure out next week and that. We'll just see what our schedule's like. Let's pencil in the regular time, but just in case.
Well, if not, I'll do something at 6:30.
Okay.
I've been promising to do another channeling kind of thing.
Okay, good.
Before we jump in, I'm going to make my announcements. I have a pendulum class on Saturday.
Oh.
Backed by popular demand. Since I'm sending people to my website, I've gotten less response to things. So I don't know if people are having trouble with my website. You can always email me at dion7@gmail.com. No matter what you want to email me about, that's fine. But the pendulum class is backed by popular demand. And so it's this coming Saturday. It's a little bit longer for $10 more. It's $60 and it's from 1 to 3 Eastern time. Learn how to use a pendulum. They're fun. They're good tools. And then I have, these classes aren't up yet, but I just need to write them out and put them on my website, which I'll do in the next day. The Magic of Winter Solstice is December, they're all on Saturday. I believe it's the 17th. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to start a program called Spiritual Boot Camp for the new year. And in a group also called the Accountability Club. I mentioned that before, but as soon as I've written up the description, those will be on my website, psychicannetteDion.com. And I have plenty of time to give you a reading, to give people readings. So beautiful. Just get in touch. You can do all that on my website.
Nice. And I don't know what I have going on in the next week or so. I'm still finishing up my history doc, that part 2 of the Howard Blackburn piece. That's happening now. And then next week's always crazy because there's, of course, Thanksgiving. So I'm broadcasting the high school football game on this channel.
Oh, wow.
Next Thursday morning. Just to give people who can't get home an easy place to watch if they want, or if there are a couple of restaurants or whatever open, they can have that on their smart TVs. So there's that. Then, of course, there's Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. So it's kind of like my Super Bowl in 2 or 3 days, running around helping the small businesses here and promoting them. So every Thanksgiving, it turns out like that. And then, of course, Cyber Monday and Giving Tuesday, and it doesn't end, you know.
If anyone's around on Thanksgiving, I do a Thanksgiving service. So
I
do 2 church services Thanksgiving week. And Christmas time, I do the same thing. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then Sunday, whatever. I don't know what the days are this year. I can't believe next month is the last month of the year. Wow.
Yeah.
Fast year. Fast, just chock full of stuff year, 2022, is like, we're just like deer in the headlights. Oh my God, what happened?
Yeah.
A lot.
And I don't think things are going to slow down.
They're not. No, we're going through a big purge. The planetary purge.
Mm.
I mean, I just made that up, but it's not like you can Google that. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah. All right. What do we want to start with? We went over the moon phase. Are you ready for questions now
Yeah,
already?
the moon's getting ready to go into Virgo. It's been in Leo, but it's kind of void of course right now.
Mm.
In like an hour. So, yeah, we can jump in. I mean, I can pull a card just to go over what kind of energy is happening
Sure.
at the moment. Trump announcing his run for president. I want to point something out because this has happened a few times. I have noticed that my pendulum will sometimes give me it gave me a no that he wasn't gonna run for president. And then he announced it, right? So I got to know, when I asked about, is he gonna run for president? I forget how I worded it. I got a no, right? But then he announced that he's running for president last night, which is just so it's like, it's embarrassing. It's I don't know, for lack of a better word. It just makes you go, really? You're making a fool of yourself. But also, when a special master was appointed with the secret documents and his very incompetent, illicit activity of his loose cannon. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Eileen Luce, I think her name is Eileen. Anyway, so I got that the special master wouldn't happen, right? And what happened was they got a special master, but it's really like all fuzzy. It's all like, we don't know if the special master is ever going to really do something. So it got appointed. So I'm starting to notice a little bit of, what the pendulum is indicating is not a lot of energy there. You know what I mean? It's like a special master has said no, but nothing's really happening with that, right? And so about him announcing his presidency, it kind of said no, like, even though he did. So my point is that it's the energy of the situation is just very low. It's not coming out as a big yes.
Mm.
So I don't think that's going anywhere.
Mm.
So I'm going to pick a card for the collective just to get started.
Pick a card, any card.
We're coming together as a country. I know it looks like you're going to meet the person of your dreams in this card. It looks like that's what it means, but it's really, and I've gotten this card about America on many occasions with all that we're going through. The Lover card indicates people remembering, it's about peace and love, people. It's about the love. It's about sharing the love. And now that we've come through more than 2 years of a pandemic, remember, in 2020, you couldn't even get together with your family.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, people were sitting home alone. That was last year too, or we were getting together last year?
If we started getting back together last year.
You got together you probably just, anyway, you just go like.
No, I mean, I still, with the business people and all that, family's totally different. A lot of we haven't been doing haven't done the Thanksgiving dinners or things like that, or I've just been with my very immediate family.
Last year, I know, but you don't know where your family's been, right?
I know where some of them have been. Yeah, they haven't been far. Yeah,
they haven't been around a lot of people.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're kind of coming out of this sense of, like I said, my guide said there'd be 1 million people dead before we got a handle on it. So we got a handle on it, but it's still out there. So we've been through all that, and we've been through the insurrection, and we've been through all this infighting, and we've just been through so much negative drama in this country. And the Lover card is saying what happens is when you have an absence of, like, for instance, an absence of being able to get together on the holidays, it makes you really appreciate it more. So the things that we have taken for granted, we're starting to love more. That's what that's about. Like, we're starting to really love our democracy and not take it for granted. And we are not out of the woods yet. So in a way, that can be viewed as having a beneficial sort of effect on the country. Because if the Republicans take the House, we have to be, on our toes, hyper vigilant, working really hard, keeping on with the democracy groups are involved in. I'm going to keep my grassroots of democracy group going. So the lever card is indicative of a time of realizing that we really do love this country and we really do love each other and want to come together. And at the risk of sounding too mushy. Hey, look,
we're feeling mushy tonight. Mushy's fine.
The Hallmark music in the background.
Mushy's fine.
Who was that?
What? Oh.
Who's that? Laura Colbert?
Longtime viewer Vicky Nedwick has sent along a picture of Wonder Woman before she was Wonder Woman.
That's Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
In the early 70s. Yeah, she looks like she's 19.
That's Linda Carter right there, folks. Thank you, Vicky.
Nice. Someone just sent you that?
I got that in my email.
And see, feeling the love. See, feeling the love.
That's my lover's card right there.
I'm using the cards that you love tonight.
Oh, here we go. Game on. All right. Well, thanks for that, Vicky. So you get knishes and candy, and I get pictures of Wonder Woman.
I have no, you got stuff too.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
I have a snack in case things go too far.
Things always go too far. So, folks, if you're just tuning in, hi, I'm Corey from Bridge Cape Ann. She is Annette Dion. We're both coming to you from beautiful and historic Gloucester, Massachusetts. I am the sidekick. She's the psychic. So you can actually, if you want a reading from Annette, you can do that one-on-one. Ask any personal question you like.
We should do a switch off here and again and see what your psychic impression is.
Oh my God. From the Linda card?
No, just in general. Like you can answer a question too.
Annette, I remember our last conversation now when you came over to pick up the knishes. Remember what you were supposed to do? You had a homework assignment.
I was going to write a jingle. I know. And I was just waiting for it to come into my head and it didn't. I noticed that what was coming into my head were jingles that were already written.
Was that because there were too many Mary Janes and atomic balls in your head?
Maybe I need some.
Yeah.
I have a couple ideas, but then I'm like, oh, I think I just stole that from did you ever watch SNL, the skit about Debbie Downer?
Yeah.
That little jingle kept popping into my head. Remember it?
Rachel Dratch, yeah.
So funny. So funny. This one episode of that is just like the cast just can't hold it together because she's about to come out with a doozy and they're like, oh my God, what is she gonna say? Yeah. But they have a little jingle at the start of those skits. So that kept popping in my head. But we'll have a jingle and then we're gonna have a professional studio too, right?
At some point, so actually I talked to Andrew's Streamography. We can, if we want to, when you're comfortable with it, we can do shows from his studio, like a legit studio. At some point, and then we're waiting on construction to happen at our house, which is going to be this winter. That could start after Thanksgiving, we think, maybe by December 1st, maybe if things work out right, and then we can work in the studio downstairs here too. So
I have a sense that we're going to see some COVID. I have a sense that the winter's going to be a little tough in terms of contagious stuff. So that's why I'm really laying low with that.
Gotcha. Hey, Annette, can you do a reading for our show for 2023?
Right now?
Yeah, could you? It's not 7 o'clock yet. We have time.
We do. Oh, we haven't started yet. We're just gabbing. All right. It's just occurring to me this December is next month and just like a few weeks. And
do you like this time of year, Annette?
No, not really. I'm a Sagittarius, so I guess I can kind of like it for that. Do you?
I do like this. This might be my favorite time of year. Now, like for the next month. And I'm not a giant Thanksgiving holiday, like that date itself. I mean, I can eat turkey whenever I want. And I see my family all the time. We all live near here. So, so it's not like, I'm not coming from afar to see the family after the first time in a while. And the football games usually suck too. So that's thanks. But this time of year, it feels like,
What do you love about it? You love the weather. You love what do you love about it?
I think people are nicer with each other. I think they're in the giving
I
mood.
said that. You said that. Really?
I do feel that for real.
Where do you find these nice people that you speak of?
You know what? But my job kicks ass. Like I'm mostly around people.
Yeah, you probably get a lot of presents.
Well, it's not a presence thing. It's just hanging out with people and seeing how, how they feel this time of year. And I'm working with, a lot of the nonprofits and so there's a lot of uplifting stories and interconnectivity with these groups, like trying to lift the community and help each other.
Well, that's what it's about.
Yeah. So I'm surrounded by that. By the way, we should just clear this up. You're the one getting all the presents. You're sitting on 4 pounds of candy over there.
It's at least 4 pounds. No,
it's
not at my office. It's at home.
Yeah.
But I don't hate this time of year. I love the winter solstice. It is my birthday month is next month, and that's nice that I don't do anything, but it's just another year and I get to reflect on the year gone by and plan for the new year. It's not my least favorite time of year. My least favorite time of year is like March. Like, when it's just dreary and
yeah, I kind of feel the same way about April. It's like, hey, are we gonna do spring now or not? April always sucks. Spring, we lost spring years ago.
That time of year is just like kind of blah. There's nothing really happening.
Yeah.
But Christmas time, there's nothing really that excites me. I do love winter solstice, and I am gonna have a workshop or a class. I might have forgotten to say that. Did I say the magic of winter solstice? Yes, I did say that.
Yeah, on the December 17th, that's Saturday.
Yeah. So that's fun. The holly and the ivy, and actually, to tell you the honest truth, one of my favorite things to do is to pull out all my Christmas music and to play on the piano, and I just play by myself. I'm just like do the holly and the ivy. That is one of my favorite things to do. I look for really great arrangements of like the old timey Christmas music, like anything from like the Dickens kind of, that era.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the old carols.
Yeah, like when and you can't understand half of the terms or words in them.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, figgy pudding. Do you make figgy pudding?
No, bring us a figgy pudding. I don't love figgy pudding, but I have made it before.
Yeah.
Not the kind that you have to hang out and just wait until it gets, I don't know, coagulated or something.
Figure it out, right?
Yeah.
We still have a minute or two to kill before 7.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Oh, wait.
We have a half-hour show where we're not doing really much of anything.
I know we just blow off steam for the first half hour.
We usually are opening boxes.
I know. This is true too. Yeah, or having dinner.
Yeah, I'm eating pistachios.
Or waiting for you to get here. That's usually the first.
I know. I'm good tonight. I'm just like showing up on time. So far, the Wi-Fi is working.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
So if you can, Annette, a quick look ahead to the psychic and the sidekick for 2023.
Oh, like a business reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Annette does this, by the way, too. You can have a personal reading, or if you have a business, she can do readings for that as well. She's done it for the bridge many times.
Yeah, and I was right. Of course. Hang on, I dropped my pendulum. So we're gonna just look for a general guidance about 2023. We do have to do our psychic predictions for 2023.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what, Annette? We did Christmas predictions last year, and we did the end of the year predictions.
We did a show on Christmas Eve day.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was a nice one.
We should tell people they can go back and watch those, right?
Yeah, they're all there. Yeah, I haven't taken any of those down. Yeah, you can watch our shows from the end of last year and review and see how we did. And
I should watch it. I should watch it and see what, it'd be good for me to document what predictions come true, when, what happens. Okay, so this is us. This is the Three of Pentacles is the card about building from the ground up. So we'll be building a new thing with the psychic and the sidekick. Maybe we'll get noticed.
Perhaps.
Maybe we'll get an investor, because here's some Four of Pentacles is negotiating something, but I really see us being in a place of, do we want to go in that direction or not? Being a little bit in a quandary about that.
I think you'd be the one in that quandary, right?
Probably. I'd be
Yeah.
the one that was the conflicting, disturbing element. And the King of Pentacles, it actually looks like we will be collaborating and merging with another entity. But it's going to be, we'll be arguing about it.
That sounds like us.
It does. But it looks good because the King of Pentacles means we really can't go wrong. It's gonna succeed if we have this additional element or not. It will still succeed.
Hmm.
And there we are. It must be the picture is going to make us famous. Is Christian here tonight?
Of course, Kristen's here. Kristen
Oh.
and Justin's mom are wielding the wrenches tonight. Annalie is, I think she's been excused from class, I guess. I haven't seen her name yet.
Well, you know, sometimes people get busy.
Yeah, this is true. So, folks, it is now 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, I am Corey. She is Annette. You're watching The Psychic and the Sidekick. We do this for you every Wednesday evening. I've taken tons of questions from viewers last night to ask Annette this evening. Of course, there's a lot going on, Annette. Are you ready to roll?
It's so much.
Yeah.
That's why we do this. We unpack it all. You know, I was thinking today about how many times I hear, really, they keep saying it over and over and over again. On the news, they'll say, well, if you read the tea leaves, or, well, we don't have any tea leaves. Well, you know, well, we don't have a crystal ball. And it's like, when are they going to call me? They should just call me.
I left the pregnant pause in there.
No,
It was dramatic.
it was. But that might be what I'm seeing, you know, because I'm saying that I see that there's an entity with money that approaches us.
Is she or he watching tonight?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
so.
it has a feeling of like it has a feeling of somebody noticing what we're doing and going, that's marketable. Like, wants a piece of the pie.
Yeah. Well, we've got a beautiful community here, that's for sure. So we want to thank
Yeah,
everyone
I'm
for their
talking
patience.
I'm talking about money and investment.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the folks who are buoying us here on the channel.
And here's the thing, when you have we don't have a huge audience, but I'm just saying, when somebody has a big audience, I don't know, I have over 7,000 subscribers, and if anyone here hasn't subscribed to my channel, Annette Dion, I do the Psychic News Network, PNN, please subscribe.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. It's free. But when you look at that, like, sometimes it's hard, you know, because we're so competitive as human beings to it's hard not to be like, well, why do they have 25,000 subscribers and I have 7? You know what I mean? It's just human nature. But even so, you know, if it's 7,000, that's not small potatoes.
No, not at all.
That's over 7,000, you know, potential, you know, over 7,000. That's 14,000 eyeballs. Right?
That arithmetic I was waiting for.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah. But even if there's like 100 or 200 people and you're doing something for them, I always think of a venue that holds 100 or 200 people. Like it could be a restaurant or bar. Like if you had a chance to talk to everybody and they would do a show, would you do it? And we wouldn't a heartbeat. So you can never get discouraged. Yeah. So what I'm recognizing is we get into this, you know, we're just saying a number and we compare it to people that have larger numbers. And then we're like, oh, we don't have that many. But when you think about over 7,000 people in a room, that's a pretty fun event. Oh yeah, that's huge.
And then, you know, if you have something they love that they want to buy, then that's 7,000 plus sales of whatever it is. So I do think that the companies that have money to invest may start offering something to people that have a lot of subscribers. You're making me dizzy with us going up and down there.
Are you listening, peeps? We're waiting for the peeps folks to reach out.
The peeps folk.
Yeah, remember peeps? We've talked about them enough. They should be backing this show.
Oh, the Peeps company?
Yeah.
Well, so here's the other thing. And and this might be why I picked the Four of Pentacles, which is like we'd end up squabbling about it, is because, and I'm not saying that you are, but I'm really staunchly against selling out on anything. I feel like you have to earn it. I feel like that's just me. That's how I roll.
I think the 7,000 of us might have to have a talk with you soon. Because
Well,
I don't think you're selling out.
No, I'm just saying, if somebody comes to me and goes, I'll give you, you know, all this money, however, I don't know, like $1 million. If you change your style or, you know, the way that you do the readings, or I'd be like, no, I'm not.
I'd be like, yes.
Exactly. That's why I got the card. That was like, we're going to argue.
Yeah.
We can avoid that. So I'm just telling you right now, if they offered me $1 million to not be myself, I'd be like, no, I'll pass on that.
And if that's the end of our show because of that, I'll murder you.
But I'm telling you the truth. I've even said before, you remember when we were doing the Fiesta show in the background, and there was that big ride that was flipping all over the place?
Yeah.
I'm like, if you give me $1 million, I'm not going to go on that.
I remember.
It, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I hear you. I know where you're coming from, kid. So, all right. And Annalie is here, by the way. So, hi, Annalie. Thanks for being with us tonight. So, all of our wrenches are in place, our 3 of wrenches. So, okay, Annette, let's get rolling here. Now, obviously, I took questions last night, right?
Yeah.
The most talked about topic, of course, was what happened in Poland, right?
Oh, that was the most talked about because that was yesterday. That freaked me out.
Yeah. So that freaked everyone out. And I think what the latest is that they found out there was actually Ukraine missile defense. Is that what happened?
I want to read on that.
Okay.
I want to read on that because that's good news. But then on the other hand, is that really true? The reason I'm asking that is if you don't want to panic the population, which hit 8 billion past few days.
Yeah, you're going to ring the bell for that?
No, because that freaks me out. That's frightening.
But have you ever been in Wyoming? There's no one there.
Well, they're all going to be moving to Wyoming. They're all going to be moving here. We won't be able to move on the island.
Ugh. There's plenty of room in Western Colorado with Old Guy.
Is that where he is?
I think so, yeah. The licorice capital of the West.
Okay. They don't want to, I know that this is true. They don't want to throw the entire population of Europe and the United States and, you know, people that are, especially Europe. It is factual that it wouldn't be wise to throw these nations into a panic. So these missiles, they hit Poland, they killed a couple of people. They're Russian made. That's what I heard initially. I haven't watched the news on that today. And, you know, like NATO is like one country gets attacked, we have an agreement. We're all in. Which is how World War II started, as we all know. And so, yeah, I had a few moments yesterday, like, well, you know, I went and played the piano and I was like, Trump was giving his announcement. I'm just like, I'm just going to block out the world and I'm just going to play music here and just like, because that's too scary.
You're doing this? La 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 la.
Did you see the movie? We talked about it. Don't Look Up.
Yeah.
How that ends.
Yeah.
I was having a few of those moments.
Mm.
I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one having those kinds of moments because we have the capacity to blow up the planet hundreds, at least 500 times, to just obliterate the planet Earth and so it's just no longer in existence. So that's always with us. We don't think about it every day. I don't, you know, we got to block things like that, right? To just get through our lives. And that would, you know, that was the kind of thing that if Russia actually did that, that would be like, okay, do we all want to go to war now? do we all want to defend democracy all together and, you know, whip out the weapons? So what my question is was it actually a Ukrainian misfire? For entertainment purposes only. Because we
The
don't want,
views expressed on the psychic and the sidekick are not necessarily those of Bridge Cape Ann.
I don't want men in black coming knocking on my door. Was it okay? I almost want to say the degree of truth. Is it entirely true that the missiles came from Ukraine? You know what that means.
Mm.
I'm going to ask again. Is it entirely true that the missiles that hit Poland came from Ukraine? The views expressed here are the, what do you say?
The views expressed on the psychic and the sidekick are not necessarily those of Bridge Cape Ann.
But they are of the psychic.
They are of the psychic, though, solely of the psychic.
Guys, oh gosh, this is really loaded. All right. Did the missiles have origins in Russia? It's news to me too. But I could see, you know, at the risk of sounding like I'm waxing on conspiracy, I'm just reading the energy of it. I really think that they would not reveal that. There's a lot that we don't know. You know, and it's like, remember we talked about the ETs?
Yep, people are chatting about it right now, as a matter of fact.
I must be psychic. Why are they talking about ETs? I'm talking about the missiles.
Deb Heck believes that ETs would stop nuclear war. That comment was just popped in right in.
Are we back into that conversation again?
Listen, you just said
We've been
ETs. I saw
around this block.
ETs.
We've been around this block.
Yeah.
Many times. I don't believe that. And of course, everyone can believe what they want. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that the ETs are up there going, "Ooh, they're gonna shoot a missile. Let's stop them." I just never have believed that. Well, and we were talking about how ETs, if the human population couldn't handle that. And I think if we were more evolved, we'd be more likely to see them. I do think ETs manipulate energy, and they're in a different frequency, and they can decide, you know, if they want to make themselves known. Well, the Five of Pentacles, it's bad. It represents a turning point.
Hmm.
And I have, for a little bit yesterday, I was going, well, I wonder if this is why I was seeing the end of Putin, the end of Putin's war. And this indicates that it's pretty much pushed to the brink right now. Russia's pretty much pushed to the brink. NATO is lining things up and making plans. That's interesting. And the guys are just saying the word ultimatum. I'm not sure how to interpret that. The Lover card is coming back up. The Lover card twice in a row is indicative of people coming together and uniting. And that's not just in the United States, not the divided states, right? It's not just in the United States, it's also in NATO. So this is bad. And NATO is lining it up and doing what's right for human civilization.
Hmm.
So that would be, well, what would that be? Ask me a question about that.
Well, so we had a handful of questions last night. One was simply, will NATO become more involved now?
Yeah, the answer to that's what I just read that, and that's yes. That's how I interpret that. Yeah, this is NATO. Like, oh my God, this is very bad. I do think it was Russia.
Mm.
I just, based on what I'm seeing there, my psychic facts, we probably will never find out. But reading the energy of this, it feels like it was Russia. It may have been unintentional because they've just gone totally rogue. Well, the whole thing is rogue, but they've gone totally off their rockers. They're so amateur and they don't know what they're doing, and it's complete chaos, disorganization. The military, there's lost so many generals. They don't even have a plan. They don't even know what they're doing. So the chances that Russia misfired missiles is actually, they might not have intended to hit Poland, but I think it was Russia. I'm not really, for entertainment purposes only, I'm not buying that it wasn't.
And there's some in the chat saying that Ukraine has said it was not anything from Ukraine.
Well, that's not. This morning they were saying, it was Ukrainian missiles that got misdirected. I don't believe that for a second. I kind of feel insulted by that. Like, you really think we're going to believe that? They're way better fighters and they have really great equipment. And I don't know why they would be firing Russian missiles. Maybe that's not unusual. I mean, it used to be Russia, but I just, I see that the NATO countries are coming together and they're going, we got to do something. We got to do something about this. And I'm actually going to pull 3 more cards.
Okay.
I mean, this is a big, big, big deal. This is like, are we going to survive? Is the planet going to survive? I mean, and back in 1963, the Cuban Missile Crisis, that's where we were then. Is Russia going to just nuke us, right? That's where we were in 1963. And now, since then, it's you can't count how many nuclear, I mean, I'm sure you can find out how, we don't really know. We don't know how many nuclear weapons are on the planet. There's no way to know. The Empress is like, this is interesting. This is the rise of the feminine energy. What I mean by that is we're starting to see women own their power. And it just feels like the rise of the feminine energy is gonna make a difference. It does bring to mind something it's all connected somehow. I mean, what's going on in Iran, even though doesn't have to do with Putin's war on Ukraine, but what's going on in Iran right now is that it's horrible. The government of Iran is executing women en masse. And what I'm seeing is that there is an energetic shift happening on the planet, and the misogyny is really it's really hitting peak levels. And it's because the female energy is getting more, more powerful, more like and emboldened. And it looks like there are females involved. I don't know how they're going to avert, World War III, help to avert World War III, but there's something about the female energy that's kind of keeping us safe. I've always said if women ran the world, we wouldn't even have wars. Right? You agree? Seriously, Corey, do you really think that women, I know you're a guy, and it's not just because I'm a woman. You can take a poll. Would we have wars if women were, if the leaders of the world were all female? I'm not saying women don't catfight, but I don't think that women would be stockpiling nuclear weapons and all that. We have different ways of dealing with conflicts. We don't have to beat people. I mean, some do, but when you think of beating somebody, you usually think of a guy, right? Think about it. If you think, I saw this fight, don't you automatically think it was a couple of guys? I was in the bar and there's a fight broke out, a beer brawl. It's like you just think that it's automatically, right?
Yes.
And then if you find out later it was a girl brawl, you'd be like, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's usually the aggressors. It's like aggressive energy. I was a stupid idiot that would jump into the middle of it and go, don't fight.
Now, when I say, Annette, that there was a pillow fight, do you think of men or women?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I had very many pillow fights, but I had mostly sisters. My brother would go fishing, so I think women, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
men boys have pillow fights, right?
Yeah. I'm just playing around.
They're
But women
really
are ultra competitive and with each
But
other.
they're not. But the feminine energy is not violent and aggressive.
Yeah. Thomas Martin's asking about women's roller derby. That's
Yeah, that was
rough and
an
tumble.
anomaly. That was a total anomaly. Or like, mud wrestling or women wrestling. No, it's not what we think of.
Christian Montone says pillow fights are gay guys.
He would.
Or maybe I'm just thinking of girls or women. I'm sorry.
We love you, Christian.
Oh, man.
It's interesting times, but I really do get that it's the feminine energy. Well, okay, let me tell you how that makes sense. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's the women, the mothers and the wives in Russia. Their sons and husbands and brothers are they're dying in the war, in Putin's war. So that could be it. And I stand by that. When this is over, it's going to be that the Russian people overthrow Putin. If he doesn't die first. I really feel like the military is going to turn on him and the Russian people will turn on him. The only thing that's saving him is his billions of dollars worth of wherever he lives. Like he must live in a fortress.
I wonder if Putin died sooner than later, how long Russia would cover that up before word leaked.
Oh, I really don't think that they would.
Really?
I don't think that they would. I think they're just scared of him. And I'm not saying there aren't people that are as I don't know if there's anyone as heinous as I almost said as Adolf Hitler, as Vladimir Putin. Right? But he's at the Hitler level and the Stalin level. He really is evil. I really don't see the equivalent in Russia of Putin in terms of just heinous, sociopathic murderousness. And so when he's gone, I don't know, I see a revolution for the good. And when I'm picking all those female cards, I'm starting to think that the way that will show up is the mothers, like I said, the mothers and the wives and the sisters that have, loved ones that have gotten killed for no reason. It's like they're Vietnam, only worse in a certain way.
Right.
No, it is like Vietnam. I mean, when you think about it, they just didn't have any choice. They just got sent. All right, you got another question?
Well, do you want to? I mean, I don't mind when we start off on sort of the broad topics, because obviously a lot's happened in the last week, even in the last 48 hours.
Yeah, I don't mind anything, whatever.
Yeah.
Anything goes.
Well, yeah, if I see bunches on the same subject, I sort of throw the topic your way, which might be a little unfair, but anyway.
Well, within, when you present the question, I kind of get all this different information from different angles. So probably all those questions might be answered, right?
True. Well, do you want to touch upon what's happening in Iran right now? Right, we've heard
so hard.
Protesters being sentenced to death, and how much truth is there behind that? And
I can't even look at it. It's so hard. It's so hard. I mean, who is asking how much truth is behind it?
I mean, we've had just a few people ask about different aspects of that.
Well, all right. So let me tell you what I get. If we hear a little bit about how it is, it's like 100 times worse than that. They won't let any journalists in. They've shut down any internet, any way for people to send the news. We haven't gotten any news out of Iran. And I get that they're rounding up women that they've captured and assassinating them. So it's not easy being a psychic sometimes. But I will pick 3 cards, and we do have to, pray and do what we do, send positive intentions. The UN gets on it. I mean, there are other countries that are, catching on to, bits and pieces of the news of what's happening, and they're working on it. So we just have to pray to empower them and do what we can. I mean, that they really, the women in Iran were pretty liberated until recent years. I don't know the actual point where the regime cracked down.
They're doing some unbelievably brave things in Iran right now, protesting the way they're
It's the rise of the feminine energy. It's like, we're not going to take it anymore. But that is extreme. Like if a woman had that, what do they call it, jihad on?
I
don't know if I'm saying
hijab.
hijab. It's like if it blew off her head, she'd be arrested and tortured or whatever they're doing. Yeah. Anyway, this is how bad it is. Same card I got about Russia. It's mostly women suffering. And this is a wheel of fortune. There's a change coming because the UN and various international organizations are, I actually can see them flying in. Wow, I see people brave enough to be flying in and risking their own lives to get the stories of what's going on and to see if they can negotiate something. I have the sense that something's going to be offered to the Iranian regime, and it's interesting because it feels like a big money kind of a thing. Like we'll give you this if you stop it.
Yeah.
I'm getting 2 to 3 months. We'll know something more in 2 to 3 months. Yeah. You know what? When people complain in this country, when we complain about whatever, we all need to just step back, honestly, and just go, count your blessings. On that note, I'm writing 1,000 gratitudes by Thanksgiving Day. And I'm only up to 145. I did the math today on my calculator, and I determined that I need to write 145 things a day to make it. It's the 1,000 gratitude challenge.
Am I mentioned in any of the 145?
I think you are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Am I really?
I was scraping. I was like, well, what else can I think
I was scraping? Again.
I was racking my brain, and then all of a sudden,
144.
Corey,
who's that guy I do the show with?
Corey can go on. I guess Corey, he can go on. No, you're definitely on the list. Are you kidding? Yeah.
998.
I don't know where you are on the list, but I'm only up to 148 right now.
That's funny.
It does change things. I mean, you because you're always looking for things you're grateful for, so then you become happy.
Yeah.
Happier.
Happier. Every day is a gift, right?
Yeah, well, then you get in this sense of feeling really wealthy too. I learned that from my prosperity teacher, my spiritual prosperity teacher.
I didn't know you had one.
She's on the other side now. She made these signs that I have covered up right now, but yeah, Toni Stone. She was really into quotes, and she was a writer, and she's very creative. And she died in August of 2020, and lived in Vermont. And her husband still sends the flyers with the different sayings. But that was one of the things we did. All kinds of stuff. That was one of the things that we did. The 1,000 gratitudes for Thanksgiving.
Very nice. Look at you. You do like this time of year. You like it more.
I don't hate it.
No, you don't love it.
No, I don't like the commercialism of Christmas.
Do you have a favorite time of year? Is it like the solstices?
My favorite time of year is probably summer.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I love just having bare feet and walking on the beach and like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you love summer?
I like it. I like this more.
Doing our shows outside.
Well, that was nice. We had a nice summer together when we lucked out with the weather.
It's just so free when you can just I'll just go out without a jacket. Now I'm having to dig through my stuff. Where's my winter clothes? Although the other day it was just like, where are my summer clothes?
Yeah,
Because it was 75 degrees.
unbelievable. Sunday was 75 and Tuesday was 45.
Yeah, totally erratic.
Yeah, that's how it gets here. So cool. All right. Well, thanks for those topics, folks.
Yeah, those are heavy.
Yeah.
Some heavy stuff going on. But there's heavy stuff going on, but then there's amazing stuff going on at the same time. It's the duality.
Mm.
Yin and the yang.
This is true. Okay, I see Giselle is in the chat tonight, and she asked, Annette, will Biden offer a job to Beto or to Stacey Abrams? So you can pick that apart if you like.
I get well, it doesn't have to be an or.
Right, it's an and/or. It's an and/or.
I get that he will offer a job to Beto, and somebody told me I'm saying that wrong, but don't most people say Beto? They said
Beto?
It's not Beto, it's Beto.
I don't know. Is it? Well, it was, to me, it was Beta or VHS. So I'm gonna say Beto.
It's like Beta, right?
Yeah. Hey, as long as someone's calling, he'll answer. That's fine.
Or that thing that Zuckerberg, he calls it Meta, so maybe it's kind of like Beto.
It could be Beto like Cheeto.
Could be Beto like Cheeto. I don't know. Let's call him up. I'm sure he answers to Beto or Beto.
Yeah, folks, how do you pronounce it? Lisa Foster says Beto. Maria Rodriguez says Bay2. We can be here all night with this.
Let's just change it. So nobody really knows. So if nobody really knows, it's kind of up for grabs. I do think he will. I'm trying to think of what now. I could see him in Mayor Pete's. I still call him Mayor Pete. Pete Buttigieg's position, and Pete going to a different position. Yeah, I think that Beto is chomping at the bit to do something. And people are so like sad that he didn't become the governor, but Governor Abbott or Greg Abbott, who doesn't deserve to be called the governor, rigged the system. So, and when I say that, I am not talking about, oh, the election was stolen. That's not what I mean. Not like the conspiracy. I mean, they redistricted, they gerrymandered, they suppressed the vote, they made it difficult for people to vote. They had vigilantes that were armed at the polls in various places like Arizona and who knows where else. I mean, yeah, that's called rigging it. So anyway, Beto O'Rourke should have won. And we've been over this because we had our show Wednesday, the election was Tuesday, and I told you the states that in my psychic impression brain, they didn't really win. JD Vance didn't really win. DeSantis didn't really win. Abbott didn't really win, and Kemp didn't really win. They didn't. They rigged it so that they suppressed the vote. It's amazing and miraculous that despite all that, the Democrats took the Senate. It's amazing. It's amazing the insurrection didn't work, right? It's amazing. We have to count our blessings with that. I do think that Beto will be offered something in the Biden administration, like next year. And it feels like a shifting around of positions. So like there's an opening here because like it might be Pete Buttigieg gets moved to a different position, which is I feels like a higher ranking position. Pete was in the military, and Pete was, he fought in the Middle East, and he knows like 7 different languages. And I mean, I could see that. I could see him becoming, I don't know, Secretary of State or something like that. I could. That makes sense to me. So the answer is yes. That's my psychic impression.
Yes to Beto.
Yeah, getting a job on. I mean, he's definitely paid his dues. I'm looking for my blanket.
Your blanket?
I'm looking for my blanket. Yeah, because I have the window open because it gets a little hot in here. But my feet are cold.
What about Stacey Abrams? Biden have a gig for her?
I feel like Stacey's going to keep doing what she's doing because she's making a difference. Getting out the vote. Beto was doing the same thing. But yeah, I feel like I see her in a high ranking position doing what she's doing. You know, it could be like stopping voter suppression or having something to do with, you know, if she worked for the Biden administration, I think it would be something to do with revamping our whole, you know, electoral college and all that. I don't feel like that's going to happen very soon. And I also feel like she's kind of attached to what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though she didn't win, we've seen instances where people didn't win and later, many years later, in some cases, they ended up right where they were supposed to be. Like Joe Biden, how many times Joe Biden ran for president? And my God, after what happened yesterday, you're so grateful that Joe Biden is in the White House, you know, talking to the world leaders about, oh my God, did Russia just invade, you know, a NATO country? Did they just strike? What if Trump was there? It just makes you shudder. So he's won, and he didn't get in, you know, he didn't win. He didn't win the presidency until it was the right time that he was in the right position, because we needed that amount of experience. And same with Merrick Garland, as mad as we all were that he couldn't get seated on the Supreme Court because of Mitch McConnell and all those shenanigans. We needed him on this Trump stuff. I'm sure you have questions about that. You must have a million questions about that.
We have a lot of Trump questions tonight.
Yeah.
Where should we start? How about
Well,
this?
last week I told you that I felt a lot happening this week in terms of indictments. We can look at it again.
Let's do that.
Because the energy shifted after the midterms. Like, now that it's evident that it's more than half of the American population wants to see justice happen and is against anything to do with Trump. Big lie and all. There's more support in the populace for, you know, when Merrick Garland does what he needs to do. Let's take a look. What's the question? Is it? Give me a specific question.
Well, one is, will he get in trouble for not showing up for the January 6th committee?
I do think so.
That's from Sue Forrest.
Tell everyone to watch Midas Touch and to subscribe to Midas Touch, because they're really great. Ben Mysell is there. He's really great. He's a lawyer, young guy. And he goes through line by line what's going on with the indictments and the court cases. And so it's back and forth. And some of the stuff that Trump says and his, you know, back and forth is just like, oh my God, are you in freaking middle school? Middle schoolers are smarter. So disrespectful, so inappropriate. I don't think that's just gonna fall by the wayside. What I'm getting is it's gonna add to what's stacked up against him. So it might not be specifically that he gets subpoenaed or again, or, you know, like what happened to Steve Bannon. It might not be specifically that. They're going after him for so many different things. And last week I was saying that I got that it was going to be, the main thing was the secret documents. I feel like the main thing, like, is it going to be the January 6th insurrection? Is it going to be Letitia James in New York? Is it going to be so much? Is it going to be Georgia? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? But I got it would be the documents. That would be the you know, the big enchilada. So let's see. Yeah, it's being worked on very skillfully in such a way that it's gonna hit us like a little bit. It's gonna catch us off guard. I have seen this before. It's like, you know, thieves in the night in terms of how they finally get to him. There's some really gifted lawyers in the DOJ working on this. I mean, gifted. I mean, like, I never thought of a lawyer as gifted, but it does make sense. And Merrick Garland, I think, is a very gifted lawyer, gifted prosecutor. The Queen and Letitia James, that will be second. So it looks like it's going to be about the secret documents that, you know, Trump still has things that he's hiding that they know about. He still has documents that he's hiding. I feel like it's in New Jersey. A couple months ago, I saw them raiding New Jersey, but searching the Bedminster. Something like, you know, something like that they're going to go in and search. But the magician card was just, I was just seeing in that there's more that Trump is kind of trying to hide like a magician. You know how magicians make things disappear? Like
it's all an illusion.
It's all an illusion. He's trying to hide it. Like David Copperfield. Is he still around?
He's around, I think. Yeah.
Is he in
I don't
Vegas?
know how active he is anymore.
Is he kind of old?
He's got to be.
I wouldn't think of him.
Copperfield has got to be in his 70s, right?
Yeah, not 80s.
Who was that other big?
Oh, somebody will Google it for you.
Yeah. Who's the other big time musician that I'm thinking of?
You mean magician?
Cut from that Copperfield cloth. He would do his own show.
You said musician.
Copperfield is? Oh, I said musician and not the magician.
The other famous one? Houdini?
Yeah, kind of from that era.
From Houdini's era?
No, I was like I would say like the big name magicians from say the 70s and early 80s.
And 30 seconds it will be up in the chat.
Yeah, I'm look. I get my eyes there. There's a lot going on in this chat tonight.
What are they talking about? Thanksgiving Day dinner?
You name it. No. There's 900 conversations going on. All good. All right, Annette. How about this one from LB Studio? Michael Cohen says that if Trump runs, he'll also run for president. Will Cohen really run for? Will he really run?
No, he's saying that because he knows Trump isn't going to run for president. You know why he wants to do that? So he can get him in a debate. Because he's just chomping at the bit to get to debate Trump.
Yeah.
And to call him out on all the stuff that he's done.
It is going to be pretty fascinating to see how Republicans respond now.
You know what's so funny? I didn't even realize it, that I'm not even thinking that he's running.
Yeah, well, he's in.
Yeah, but I'm not perceiving it that way at all.
Right.
Are you?
Yeah, hold on. Melissa Gerber, you're on the right track. It was Doug something. Who was that magician? Copperfield is 66. Doug Henning. There we go. Doug Henning.
Did he have a mustache?
Yeah, he had the mustache.
Everybody had a mustache.
And usually some scarves or whatever flying behind him.
I remember, everybody from that era has a mustache. All the guys have mustaches.
Yeah.
I wonder why that was in fashion then.
It's coming back. The stash is coming back. It is Movember,
It's what?
Movember. It's like the men's movement where you grow mustaches out and I think you raise money. I think it might be for prostate cancer awareness or to get checks or something like that.
Are you serious? I feel like I've been out of the loop. I haven't heard.
Movember. Yeah, I can't grow a mustache or else I'd be part of that.
What do you grow your mustache for? What?
The month of November, and I believe it's to raise awareness. I want to say for prostate cancer checks or something like that.
I'm not getting
men's health.
I'm not getting the connection. Like why you grow a mustache and how it's connected.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I can see like people get their hair cut and to give to people that are going through chemotherapy to make wigs and stuff. That makes sense, but.
Grow a mustache just for November.
I don't know. I don't have enough testosterone for that. Oh, is that what grows your mustache?
Testosterone, folks. That's the next poll question. Does testosterone grow mustaches?
It must. Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah. How about we have a question from our buddy Warren Green, who can't be with us tonight, but he did leave questions.
Oh, I was like, what is he in two places at one time?
No, we call him the Candy Man, folks. He is our sugar daddy here at The psychic and the sidekick.
You want some atomic fireballs?
No, those are for you. You
No. Oh, you don't like those.
you love those things. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like. Well, I would share.
What other candies were there? You said Mary Jane's.
Yeah, I know, but I was kind of running out of the house at the time, so I didn't see them all. But
Usually
like,
has Smarties in there, some Jawbreakers.
yeah, like a bag of a mishmash.
Yeah. How about
Like my
this?
dentist is going to be so happy.
I know. Deb Heck is growing a mustache. That's great to hear. Doug Henning is dead, by the way. Just catching up with a live chat here. So
What'd you say about the mustache?
Deb Heck is growing one.
Is it because she has testosterone extra?
Christian says testosterone does grow facial hair, so we have.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, we're having ourselves a.
I don't want a mustache, just for the record.
Oh, you might not have a choice. There's plenty of time. We have 2 weeks to grow one. Yeah,
No,
I can't grow one.
If it doesn't happen by now, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, my face would just look dirty if I tried that. So.
You can get hormone injections.
Why would I ever do that?
I
just
know.
stick with Guinness.
I know somebody who did that, and I was like, "Really? You do that? That's." I don't know. It keeps you young.
Mm-hmm. Annette.
Yes.
Where do I want to go here?
Pray tell, what is your question? You like
What do you
pistachio?
see, Annette? This is from Michelle McClintock, who's in the chat tonight. What does Annette see for the conspiracy folks in 2023, like the QAnon folks and people with of that bent?
You like pistachios?
Yeah, I know you love pistachios.
Love pistachios.
You love pistachios and you love macadamia nuts.
Not as much as pistachios.
No, someone did ask, Glenn Bird asked if there's any Bitto honey in that bag, because you can save those for me. I love the
Yeah,
Bitto
I think there's a whole bag of them.
Yeah. Oh wait, so I skipped Warren Green's question, but we'll start with this Michelle one first. Those the folks wrapped up in like the QAnon world. What do you see for them next year?
We went over this last week. I see them fading away. I do, because it's like, that's my psychic impression, but also I know that when the cult leader falls, the cult members fade away.
Well, you know what, Annette, now that you brought it up, right? When you think about when I grew up, so this is 80s, 90s, right? The aughts, or like the Klan was quiet. Just the Klan, like things that, like they were there. Like there's obviously that sentiment is there. There are people there, but they were largely quiet. And every now and then there'd be, a rally 2 or 3 times a year that would pop in the news.
That's a little different. That's a little different.
Well, but these movements do quiet down.
Yeah.
Like they do, they go from boil to simmer,
Yeah, but white supremacy is still around. It's just,
yes.
With the white supremacy, it was more cut and dried in the sense that it's like, we are racist. We hate anyone who's not pure white, kind of, like we are racist. And they established it, right? They knew what they stood for, as heinous as it is.
Mm.
They knew what they stood for. QAnon. Was that the question? Is that what the question is? A QAnon?
Yeah, folks of that ilk.
Or just because it's different levels, right?
Right.
QAnon is like, if you're a Democrat, you're automatically a pedophile, and you're automatically too woke, and if you're a Democrat, there's a pedophile ring and a pizza place, and in the basement they have satanic rituals, and they kill babies and eat them. That's off the freaking rails, and they're waiting for JFK to come back to be Trump's running mate, come back from the dead. Or they say he's just not dead. So there are different degrees. When you talk about the Klan, it's like, yeah, if you're in the KKK, then you hate anybody who's not white, right? It's just excuse the pun, it's black and white, so to speak.
Well, again, it got further than that too. There were plenty of white people that they hated, right? Non-Protestants, right?
I don't think I'm gonna be brushing up on what it takes to be a,
Well, yeah, right.
but, so I probably don't know enough.
Yeah, there's no why keep digging.
But but it's different in the sense that there must be like, they had the meetings and they had their rules, and which is more like oath keepers kind of stuff, Proud Boys kind of, because they have that going on. The conspiracy theorists are gullible people that were isolated, that were isolated. They found their tribe and they connected on this, needing to rally with a common idea that was, it didn't matter how off the rails it was, they still believed it. And then the thing was, Trump was like the stamp of approval. Trump has been their stamp of approval. When you kind of believe something and you're not sure, and then somebody that you really hold in high esteem because of the position that they're in, then it gives them more credibility, right? That's
Sure,
why
yeah.
how endorsements,
Legitimizes whatever, yeah.
yeah, that's how endorsements work. So he was their endorser, he endorsed them, and continues to. I do see it fading away because I see democracy coming back, and it doesn't really fit, except to say you can believe whatever you want to believe, right?
Mm.
But mark my words, when these people start getting help from the government when they need it, and unfortunately a lot of that's going to come because of global climate change disasters, it's already happening, they're going to have less horrific things to say about our democracy.
So we can tell you, so if people are saying that it's the Republicans have officially won the House.
Yeah, I predicted that. So now that we're talking about that, I'll tell you what I get about that.
Okay.
The indictments are coming. And a lot of them, several of them, I think 4 or 5 of them will be indicted. And they very well could be ousted from their seats. So everybody take a breath. What we were talking about, the conspiracy theorists and all that. America's getting stronger and they're going to have to surrender. And like I was mentioning, when they experience natural disasters, because I really think none of us is going to be untouched by the disasters of global climate change. Let's be real. And when they see these people that have glommed onto all this conspiracy, all the MAGA people too, and that the Democrats help them, it's like, don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? It's going to be kind of like that. And so I feel like as the country gets stronger, they'll have to let go. They'll have to let go of that stuff. They won't really have anything to support their argument that what they're saying is helping them. And yet democracy will be helping them. Mm. All right, now everybody must be talking about the Republicans taking the House. I said that the other night on my video. Everyone go watch my video from Monday night because I got hardly any views. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying there was a lot of stuff in my video from Monday night that, there's a lot of information there.
Well, but how many roadblocks are going to be put in place now before any indictments come down?
That's where we've been living anyway.
Well, true.
It's
but now even more so.
Less. It's actually going to be less. I mean, I understand people freaking out. Maybe they're not getting the impressions that I'm getting, which are making me, I'm not freaked out by that. I'm trying to think of the movie where the bad people start fighting with each other. So they're having fights inside the tribe. They're bashing each other, and it's just absolute chaos. And I see indictments coming. Does somebody have a question about that?
Well, there are a bunch of questions in here.
So before we get all Oh, this is terrible. I'm so mad. I'm so upset. Oh no, I can't sleep. I can feel it.
People are asking, when do you see indictments happening? Will Marjorie Taylor Greene be indicted?
She will be indicted.
Hmm.
Did we find out if Lauren Boebert won in Colorado?
I thought, did they call it? I thought she was up, right?
They haven't called that one yet, right? Carrie Lake did not win, and I don't think she's planning to concede. I was really concerned about that. I'm still slightly concerned, but she's been kind of quiet.
Hmm.
And I think that Carrie Lake has been kind of quiet because of the GOP turning on Trump.
I think with Boebert, they still have until midnight
Tonight?
to cure the ballots.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about that either. Because you know what, everybody? Let's get some perspective. January 6th could have worked. So we're better than being there by miles and miles and miles and miles. So let's count our blessings. 1,000 gratitudes still.
There's one. You just jotted another one down.
By Thanksgiving. No, really, we have to keep our perspective. What if we were in Ukraine? Or we just lay down and take it?
Yeah.
Honestly.
I've been trying to get Svetlana back on. She's just been too busy. I mean, I'm sure she has family there still. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
Friends are fighting. It's nuts.
And they're fighting.
Yeah. And when we brought up Poland right off the bat, remember, like, Svetlana, she's been to Romania and Poland to help get things over the border. That's where a lot of those folks are gathering and making things happen.
This is what I'd rather see coming from the American people. I would rather see us go, really, seriously, just hear me out on this. I'd rather see the American people go, the Republicans took the House. Okay, we got to get to work. We got to stay on it. We live in a democracy. We won in the midterms. The Democrats took the Senate. There's a lot of good things are happening. We're moving and shaking. We've got huge, way more amounts of Democratic organizations, people uniting, coming together to fight for the future that we want. The younger generation came out. The women came out. We're fired up. We're getting into action. And compared to what those people have to put up with, like in Ukraine and places that really have, Iran and these places that really have suppressive governments, we have a freaking democracy. And what we do determines the outcome. We have the Senate. So the Republicans are in absolute chaos. They're all fighting amongst each other. They don't know their heads from their toes. They're just complete, like they're tripping over all their lies and their violent rhetoric. They don't know what to do. And we're going to be threatened by that. We have elections every couple of years, right? We can affect the outcome. So when people don't go to, we're all guilty of not going to the positive. So we have to work on it. When people go to, we're involved now. We're making progress. We're staying in the game. When we go to that, that's how democracy works. If we don't like them, we boot their butts out of there in whatever manner, shape, way, or form we can. Sorry, I've had it with people complaining. Okay, I'm done.
Annette, ring the bell, please.
Who's here?
This is Michelle Shelton. She's tipped the channel once again. She's supporting the channel. So thank you, Michelle, as always. We appreciate it.
I feel like I'm banging people over the head. Come on, don't you get it?
That's what the wrenches are for. But no, thank you so much, Michelle. All right, so we're just about at the top of the hour now, just about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Annette and I are coming to you from Gloucester, Massachusetts. We're in our respective offices now, keeping our distance.
Corey's outside and it looks like he has a gravestone behind him.
It's gorgeous out here. Still plenty of daylight left. So that's where we're at. Huh?
It's actually a house, right?
Yeah. That's the new house we're going to go into. So
why are you moving?
We can you do a reading on that for crying out loud?
You don't know when you're moving?
We have an idea that demo is going to start, I would say, in less than a month.
I see you moving in February.
Oh, Jesus. Moving back or moving out?
moving out while
Oh
they
my
do the construction.
God, Dion, we should be out. I think we're gonna be out before then, but
What's happening in February?
well, so what's happened is the current house is getting gutted, and
I
then
know that, but
we needed to sort of stabilized and weather tight before we can
yeah,
come back
I
in.
know what you're doing. I'm just wondering what stage you think you'll be at in February.
I hope they're starting to button things up here so we can move back.
In February, they're gonna work that fast.
Well, it's a demo. They do structural stuff, and they're just doing like the new frame and weatherproofing the place. We're doing all
Yeah.
this stuff inside.
Yeah, you'll be back in February. That's what I'm saying.
Really? Oh, that was nice to hear. The good doctor will be so happy to hear.
That'll be the end.
Yeah. So anyway, she is the psychic, Annette Dion. I am the sidekick, Corey from Bridge Cape Ann. We do this for you every Wednesday evening. If you're new to the channel, hi, you've walked into a great community here. We have an awesome group of people in the live chat, great moderators, and Justin's mom, Annalie Finch and Christian Montone, and lots of familiar names and faces there too. So get familiar with one another. Feel free to drop questions here. I go on a night or two before the each Annette show to gather questions from folks. So that's what I'm reciting to her now. It helps us flow the show better. So that's where we're at. So we're now 90 minutes in.
You go on Tuesday, right? It's always Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what, Annette? I'm thinking because now that you're basically on Tuesday at the same time, maybe I'll go on Mondays because, we have the same audience. So,
Yeah, but I'm not doing a live on Tuesdays. I have the meditation 20 on Tuesdays Zoom meeting where we meditate for a healed America. You can sign up for that on my website.
Okay.
So it's not a live YouTube show, but it's a Zoom meeting.
Gotcha.
You could change it, but if you change it to Monday, that's usually when I do a live or not live PNN.
Okay, yeah, I won't change anything. It's been working so far.
Yeah.
So, okay. So anyway, so thanks for all of your patience and sticking with us tonight. We're moving on. This is a question from Warren Green, Annette, and Warren says, Corey, ask Annette when Thomas will leave the Supreme Court.
Is he watching from his undisclosed location?
He's not. No, he said he'll catch the show on the replay or later on.
Should we timestamp just for Warren, just this one?
Well, we're 90 minutes in. So yeah, we can do it at the 92-minute mark. Jot that down, and at the 92-minute mark, because he's gonna message you tonight.
Well, 90, maybe 93.
Yeah.
He's gonna message me tonight? You said that?
He usually, I mean, he's, there's a lot of correspondence.
What's the question?
When will Clarence Thomas leave the Supreme Court?
Speaking of February, I'm feeling like next year, early in the year. And here's the thing. People don't think that we're stuck with anything because everything is moving and shaking. There's a lot of lawyers working really hard. I'm not saying that lawyers can oust Clarence Thomas. I'm just saying things are shifting. And Sheldon Whitehouse pops into my mind, the senator and from Rhode Island.
Stage name.
There's a lot. What's that?
Stage name.
It's a great name. I think it's his actual name. There's a lot. I really am amazed at how much I'm picking up on the dark money being exposed. And that's what's going to get Clarence Thomas. This is what I see him like, blah, 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 there's nothing he can say, right? I see Clarence Thomas backed into a corner where it's like, you are such a criminal. What you have done is so overtly criminal that he just has to be gone. I mean, why wouldn't you be able to jail a Supreme Court judge? What is there a law against that?
I don't think so.
I know there's no code of ethics or anything, which is unbelievable. So why do they have king status? I mean, is it like a monarchy? If you're on the Supreme Court, you're
I hate these-
totally above the law?
I never like lifetime appointments with anything.
Well, lifetime appointment is fine, but I'm just saying, does it mean that you can just commit all these crimes and not be impeached from the Supreme Court? Because that doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, that you could just you could go out and like murder people, but I'm a Supreme Court justice, so you can't touch me. I'm just, saying, for example, that are you that above the law? If you got in a criminal way. So anyway, there's a couple of things going on here. I feel like he's gonna do the best that he possibly can to save face. But all the evidence is there. It's like, it's right there. He and Ginny Thomas were in on the insurrection. It's right there, where they always say they have the receipts. The investigators have the receipts. It's right there in plain view. And black and white, and text messages, and just voicemail messages. It's all right there. The Pentacles lately, when we're talking about issues such as this, justice issues, law, this is that they have all the evidence against him and Ginny. Now he has a lot of money that would keep him from going to jail. The Two of Wands it's going to be kind of, in a sense, left up to the American people, in a sense. I see more justices seated on the Supreme Court, which Joe Biden can do now. So let's count our blessings. I feel like Clarence Thomas is I just have the sense that he's going to get so sick of hearing it. You know what I mean? It's like, to stay in a seat is just going to get so unbearably uncomfortable. I think he'll step down. I'll ask the pendulum.
Okay.
Too. In addition, will Clarence Thomas step down? I'm getting a yes on that.
Wow.
Well, he should, right? You know what I mean? With that much crime against the people of the United States, wouldn't you? I mean, the villagers are angry.
Do you think that matters to him?
Remember Frankenstein?
Yeah. But do you think it matters to him?
Yeah, I don't think you're getting my
You don't think they just hang on till the bitter end?
Sometimes I do this. It's funny. It's really funny about me. It's like, don't you see it? And then I forget. It's like, no, he doesn't. He's not doing the reading.
Yeah.
We went through this last time.
Yeah.
What was it? I'm trying to remember what it was. I was just like,
It was
don't you see it? I'll remember. This is what I'm seeing, is he just can't take it's just too much all the time, all the pressure, all the people complaining, all the, just all this stuff coming at him, where it's just like, if I step down, I can just have my peace and quiet. So that means the noise becomes way too loud and unbearable. I know what it was. It was about Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Remember our big argument about Twitter? And I'm just like, girl, you don't understand. It's my psychic compression.
Yeah.
That Twitter is the people that were at Twitter, and they've not that many had been fired. Then he fired all these other people, and I saw the executives of Twitter, and I saw something, I was calling it Twitter too, and then you just kept telling me no in a certain way. I have to go back and watch the show.
Yeah. But I mean, that's because I was getting into the minutia of social media and stuff like that. But it wasn't.
And I'm over here going, don't you see it?
Yeah. All right. Well, Warren, I hope you enjoyed that answer. And thanks once again for all your gifts. Let's move on. Here's a weird one for you, Annette. All right. This is from Lynn Streeter. Have you seen Oprah promote these diet gummies?
I haven't seen Oprah in a long time.
I've seen her because she's on, if you ever use apps or anything, her ads pop up all the time on the app. It's like, whatever it is, you eat a gummy, it's an appetite suppressant or something like that, and you lose weight. I think it's something like that.
I thought THC gave you the munchies.
Huh?
Doesn't THC give you the munchies?
Well, I don't think they're THC gummies. I don't know what's in these gummies.
What's the use in taking a gummy if there's no THC in it?
Don't you ever just eat gummy bears?
No.
Why not?
Oh, you don't mean a CBD
Right.
gummy.
No, it's a different kind of gummy. It's like it's an
nowadays,
appetite suppressant. Basically.
What's the question?
Well, so anyway, the question is it bullshit? So
Isn't it true though, if somebody says gummy to you, your brain goes right there?
when they say gummies, yes. When I hear gummy bear, I don't think of gummies. I mean, it's
Yeah.
the same thing, but I don't think of the THC. Because I grew up with, gummy bears. I've known those since I was a kid.
Yeah, but I thought that the whole meaning of a gummy bear has changed.
It has. Well, yeah, the gummies, that's, yeah. I differentiate gummies from a gummy bear or a gummy worm or something.
Well, and I bet that she runs into that.
I'm sure. So what's odd is, so she has these little 30-second ads all over apps and social media and games that you play, but the ad itself is riddled with spelling errors, so I don't think this company's based anywhere near an English-speaking country, so you can assume where that's coming from. But also, like, why would she put her good name on something like that?
I don't think she has.
Well, it's her testimonial.
Yeah,
I bet I could even find one now during the show, but anyway.
It doesn't make any sense because right after the Dr. Oz thing, it doesn't make any sense.
It's really weird. Has anyone seen what I'm talking about out there?
I mean, I pulled cards on it. It just doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
So what is the question?
Well, she promotes diet gummies is a complete bullshit. The fact that these things, I guess, can work for you.
I can't answer that question because everybody's body chemistry is different.
I think I'm more freaked out by just endorsing a product like that.
And you don't lose weight if you don't exercise.
That's true too. Eat right and exercise, folks.
You can lower your caloric intake by massive amounts and lose weight, but the only way to really lose weight is exercise. If you don't increase your calorie load, if you exercise every day and you keep your calorie, intake just, normal, then you lose weight.
Yeah. So Lynn, I'll answer that question for you. It's complete.
Oh, yeah, I was going to give you.
You can.
But,
you can.
so you're saying
they are apple cider vinegar gummies, says Christine Estes.
Well, apple cider vinegar does have a detoxifying effect on the system.
Yeah.
So actually, that is proven.
I'm sure they're not bad for you.
Well, all you do is take a teaspoon of, organic, the cloudy kind of raw apple cider vinegar a day. So Oprah's promoting apple cider vinegar. Right?
Does she have to?
No, but it must be working for her.
I guess.
I don't, when you were talking about it, I was like, she wouldn't promote something that's quackery. And that's actually not quackery.
I wouldn't put a whole lot of faith in the company if the ad campaign's literally riddled with spelling errors. I can't trust them.
I think Oprah has so much money that she's really used to delegating and, okay, well, I'll put my name on that. You handle it and you handle it. So I think, that's an unfortunate fallout from that kind of having that much money and having your hands in so many different things is like, she's probably not keeping her eye on whether they're spelling things.
Yeah,
right.
Too much time and too much money is a dangerous combination.
But she did endorse Fetterman and sank Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta take the good with the bad. You know?
CNN reported that Oprah came out on Halloween and said she does not promote these gummies. So what they just they could have lifted a testimonial and threw it on this ad. I mean, that's I could buy that.
No, I don't feel like when you're talking about it, I'm like, that doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't feel right to me that she would do that. But I just wanted to say that apple cider vinegar does work for that.
Good enough. I do like to drink apple cider vinegar, by the way. If I ever do voiceover work or anything, like I do a shot of that with like honey or something.
Like that fire cider?
Yeah, well, it's just apple cider vinegar. It's just that, but I don't do anything with like any kick to it. You can do that, but
yeah, well, you can make it too. You can make fire cider vinegar with it's gotta be raw apple cider vinegar, and you add a bunch of honey, which I love. And it's really good for your immunity, and some cayenne pepper. Shake it up good and do a couple shots of that. Vim and Vigor. Some companies sell it with that name, Vim and Vigor.
Vim, Vigor, and Viv. Here's a question from Justin's mom. She carries a wrench for us. What is up with Herschel Walker's fundraising money going to Trump? Is this actually happening, Annette?
What a mess.
This guy can't get out of his own friggin' way.
I mean, Autumn on Black and Orange Tarot last night. I have to write to her. She really did help me because Trump was up there and he was giving his announcement that he's going to run for president. And I was just like, like I said, I was playing the piano. Just, la-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da. I'm just going to ignore this. And, but I checked out what she was doing on her channel and she was covering it. So Trump was giving his like speech. It was like 40 minutes and it was just like a rally. He treated it like a rally. He was saying the same talking points over and over. Jaded, everybody's cheating him. He's the biggest victim. Everyone's against him. He's going on and on and on, which is the most unique announcement that someone's running for president that I've ever seen. And she had a big bowl of popcorn in front of her watching it, and we're just like, that's really the stage that we're at. If you listen to Herschel Walker, maybe this will happen after he loses, but if you listen to him talk and you're just not attached to, any of it.
I know.
Freaking hilarious. Like
you can't write that comedy on your own.
It's really hilarious. The word salads that man comes up with. You're just like, he says this big long paragraph and then at the end of it, you're like, yeah. What was that?
He's making up each word as it goes along. It's crazy.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter how much money Trump gets, honestly. Is the question, why is he doing that?
No, is the money being raised for Walker going to Trump?
Why would somebody suspect?
Wasn't there talk about something like that? Aren't they finding that some of this money is being funneled to Trump, or is that?
I don't even know. Well, I know he's trying to avoid being indicted, but this doesn't make him immune to that, right? This is not really protection from, subpoenas and indictments. It's not really protection for that. That's not what we're running for president's going to do for him. He might be so dumb that he thinks that. But it's just like, take out your popcorn and just watch the circus.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Especially the Republicans. It's going to be entertaining. As we continue to fight to save democracy, we can just watch them go at it. It's like, they'll do it to themselves. Herschel Walker is not going to win. So maybe he's going to give his leftover money to Trump. I don't know. I don't know where that story came from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did somebody just make that up like they were just thinking maybe that's happening?
No, I think I saw a headline or two where that's been.
Oh, you never know about the headlines, right?
Well, this is true.
Speaking of headlines, I want to know if anybody knows what the hell is going on in Florida, because they just had not only Hurricane Ian, but then they had another storm, and that was week and a half ago.
Yep, on the East
I
Coast.
saw several pictures only. I just saw several pictures of entire homes being demolished, oceanside, being entire homes, like big waves, homes in the ocean. There's so much damage and destruction in Florida. Why are we not seeing it? How is this being hidden from us? Is that my question?
That
You
is.
were going to answer a couple questions tonight. This one's for Corey. What's going on there?
Folks, what's going on in Florida? Or do you feel like you're getting the news you deserve and is the truth coming out of the Sunshine State?
Do we think it's kind of strange that Florida's been hit with these historic storms like never before? Massive amounts of damage and devastation. No news. Still. Hurricane Nicole. Category 1, but there was flooding galore, right? And houses in the ocean. Ron DeSantis has the state of Florida in a media blackout. But he put the media right on him that he won the election in like 45 minutes. Something fishy there in Denmark.
And we haven't talked about the Royals yet tonight.
Wait, did you answer my question?
Wait, I'm answering this now?
Yeah, I want to know if you think that Florida's in a media blackout.
No, a media blackout. Well,
or, he's not. He's hiding the news.
It is, the winter's coming. It is a good tourism season for Florida. They probably want to keep things on the up and up there, right? They want to sell. They want to put their best foot.
I know, but when the place is demolished, you want to wait till you get. Your mom was in the hurricane Ian.
Right in the middle of it. Literally.
She saw it. She saw the devastation. Where was she, in Sarasota?
Yeah, just south of Sarasota.
She was in Sarasota, right? So some people might go to Sarasota to vacation. It's lovely there. Are they just going to not be able to see what it looks like in Sarasota?
I mean, I just feel, because I know so many people in Florida and I see their stuff on social all the time, I feel like I'm seeing that, and I don't really follow the news clearly.
Well, I do, and I haven't seen it in the news at all, and I'm off of Facebook. I don't use Facebook. I don't really use social media. I just have my channel. When I think about it, I don't use social media. It's probably why my numbers are down. Hey, share me on social media, because I'm not. Help me out.
And now we did have this question from Cal, who says, there are rumors that Prince Harry and Meghan are secretly separated. Can she possibly draw some cards to find out?
Well, I have been predicting that.
Have you?
Well, I'm trying to remember which show I touched on that. Remember when I was saying, maybe it wasn't on this show, but I think it was, because I mentioned it on my channel too. Right around the time of who got married, there was a wedding, right?
Yeah.
No, there was a Queen's Jubilee.
Oh, that's it, the Jubilee. Everyone was talking about the Jubilee last year. Remember that?
Okay, so yeah, before we lost the Queen. And
speaking of which, yeah, where's Damon tonight? Damon would always ask about the Jubilee. He was the guy. He was the one always asking about it.
Was he asking if she would make it for her Jubilee?
Just, I don't know. He was asking how things are going to play out. He's fascinated with the Royals. That's where I remember all that talk coming from.
What I got on Meghan Markle was that she's very high maintenance. And then I said she was very high maintenance, and people started attacking me like, "How can you say that about this?" I'm like, I don't know. I just picked up. It's not like personal. She's high maintenance. Some people are more high maintenance. Remember that? That was on your show. And I got that Harry was extremely homesick. Harry's feeling a little bit lost, like he's trying to find himself. And I did feel like that would lead to problems. And I don't know why I get the sense. You have to understand, this isn't personal. It's not. I have no opinion about Meghan Markle. I do pick up that she's not easy to get along with. Very strongly. And there are people like that. I have people like that in my life. Just can't get along with them.
Is
Doesn't
Harry
make
kind of a
me-
milk toast or what?
Doesn't make them bad. With some milk toast is like kind of a pushover
Yeah. You know,
to a point.
imagine stepping on a piece of milk toast.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Toast
What milk
soaked in milk.
is. Is that what milk toast is? I thought it was
That's what I'm going with.
some kind of a cracker,
Yeah, milk toast.
like a chowder cracker or something.
Like a pushover. You can walk all over him.
Well, I do. No, I don't think that he is. I think he was. I said was in love with her. I think they had incredible. Speaking in the past tense, it's just slipping out. I think they had an incredible chemistry. And I think, yeah, it's funny. I thought Tom and Giselle would work it out, and they didn't. They did try for some time.
Heartbroken.
It's going to be one of those where you really think they're going to work it out.
What's it like to care about something like that?
I don't care. It's
I
just,
know.
it's amusing a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I don't know if your questioner cared.
Yeah,
I
well,
care?
why ask?
Just kind of like
Lots of people care.
Kind of like why read the National Enquirer?
That's true.
Why would you read the National Enquirer? Entertainment, just entertainment.
It's funny. I don't even know why they print tabloids anymore. Where there's just so many other places to just get that crap.
Yeah, you know what I said the other night was that the mainstream news media. I'm starting to get this vibe of it's almost National Enquirer, like sensationalism.
Oh yeah.
It's really leaning that way. It's so disturbing. It's like, just give us the news.
Well, you got to grab someone's attention in a half a second or less. And how you
Yeah, so it's going to be like the National Enquirer.
Yoon says in all caps, "I am not easy to get along with." I don't know where that came from.
This is a muffled bell.
We love you.
This is so anticlimactic.
Yeah, we think you're easy to get along with.
Does she like the muffled bell?
She might not have been talking about herself, but I don't know. I just saw that in the chat.
Well, she said, I'm not easy to get along with.
In all caps.
What else would that mean?
Yeah, I know.
If I wrote that, then you would think I was referring to me.
Yoon, have you had breakfast yet? Do we need to worry about you?
Go get some coffee and
Can
get
someone
back.
make a soft-boiled egg and a cup of coffee for
She
you?
just needs her coffee.
Yeah. And here's a question we've gotten in the past, but it's been a while since you've answered, so let's do this again. Have you ever worked with police departments?
No, I haven't. I could.
You could, and we know that you have had impressions of
That they could have used.
things that have happened.
They could
here.
use, but I wasn't going to them.
Right.
I would never do that.
Hmm.
I did talk to somebody whose family member was a cop and was investigating a missing person in our area. And I did tell him my psychic impression, but he wasn't the cop, he was the father. So indirectly, I passed along, what I knew, but I would never. Because it's, you risk being made a mockery of. Even if you're right, just like, oh, she's psychic, or you don't know what we go through. I mean, you got to be strong to do this kind of work, because people will just treat you like, it's kind of like, it's too bad.
Yeah.
Like they're always saying on the news, oh, well, we can't read the tea leaves, like I was saying. Can't read the crystal ball. I'm like, well, you could call me. You know what I mean? Or you could call someone who's in that line of work. If they keep on saying it, why don't they just do it? Because it would lessen their credibility. But you know what? Nowadays, the way the news has been so skewed and slanted, nowadays it'd be like it'd be more accurate if you just ask a psychic, a good, reputable psychic. We called that Joe Biden would win. We called a lot of stuff. We called that democracy would win.
I called those Buffalo Bills games earlier this season.
Yeah, so you're going to answer a few more questions tonight.
I'm teasing. We have a lot of people in here tonight, which is great.
I called the Astros.
You did.
Pretty good for me.
Yeah, we both called the Astros. I just wasn't happy about saying the Astros, but yeah, it was theirs to lose.
Yeah, I had no emotional attachment whatsoever. I didn't care.
Yeah. Folks, we are now at the 2-hour mark of the Psychic
We
and the
are.
Sidekick. If you're just tuning in, hi, I'm Corey from Bridge Cape Band. She's Annette Dion. We're in Gloucester, Mass. This is the Psychic and the Sidekick. We do this for you every Wednesday night. Annette answers your questions in real time, although I usually go on earlier in the week to gather questions from our followers. If you're new to the channel, hello, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if need be. Annette has her own channel. Annette, what is that?
Annette Dion.
There you go.
And it's the Psychic News Network. And YouTube has asked people to have a handle that's, I don't know why, but it's at Psychic Annette Dion. I don't know if you look it up on YouTube that way. That's probably why they do that. I don't know if they sent you a notice.
They just did, yeah. They just did that within the last month. They rolled.
So are you at Bridge Cape Band?
Yes. Yeah. It just makes you a little more discoverable.
Okay, I'm more discoverable now. Does that mean they type at Psychic Annette Dion in the search bar?
I would just type Annette Dion and you're going to pop up.
I think I've gotten to that place where I will.
There is another psychic out there with the last name Dion that I've seen. It's a guy, I think. Same spelling.
It's probably nothing like me.
Nobody is like you, Annette.
Nobody's like you either.
Yeah, this is true.
You're a unique specimen.
I know. What a shame.
We broke the mold.
How about this question for Lily Girl? It's Lily Girl says, "Hi Corey, offbeat question for Annette. What happened to the wife of the Church of Scientology leader who disappeared in 2007? Was it Shelley? Was it Miss Cavage? Miss Cavage? Miss?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, the Church of Scientology. I remember this story, right? Wasn't she with the head of the Church of Scientology, and then they think that he killed her or something, or she went missing?
The words, when you just asked that, these two words popped in: temper tantrum.
Oh.
Which reminds me, remember when that girl disappeared? Was it Brian Landry or something, and his girlfriend, and they were traveling and disappeared, and it turned out that he killed her.
Oh, the young girl from Florida. They were going across last week.
And of course, all the psychics were being asked, what happened to it was Gabby, maybe was her name?
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
And I got I got two words, and it was snapped guilt. So what that meant was he snapped, and he was the one that killed her, and he felt guilty. So just then I got temper tantrum. So do you have a name or her name?
Yeah, Gabby Petito, was that it?
Yeah, well, that's the one I was just referencing. And then the guides on that one just kept showing me that, because then they couldn't find him. They were like plowing through the Everglades and ruining the environment looking for him. And but I felt that they were going to find Brian face down in the water, and that's how they found him. Because I just saw that he couldn't live with himself because of the guilt. But he snapped. He just, people snap. By the way, totally unrelated to this, but you know who else snaps? Herschel Walker.
Oh.
No, not me. Do you? Where on a dime you could just turn violent?
No, I don't snap.
Herschel Walker snaps.
Woo.
He has a dissociative personality disorder, which means if he snaps, he probably doesn't know what he's doing.
Wow.
He tried to kill his wife or girlfriend. Was going to shoot her in the head. Go for Warnock. Send money to Raphael Warnock. Send money.
Speaking of which, Annette, you can ring the bell again.
Is he here? Is Raphael Warnock in the
Herschel
back?
Walker, nor Raphael are in here, but Sue Forrest isn't. She just tipped the channel. So thank you, Sue, for your support.
Thank you. So anyway, that woman that you're saying disappeared that was in the Scientology.
Yeah, Shelley, Miss Gavage.
Was she? Oh, because I was talking about Gabby, that murder case. And
yeah, you went off to that, but you were thinking, but the first two words you thought of about this woman was, what was it? Temper tantrum or something.
Yeah, so I see a man having a temper tantrum and killing her accidentally
Mm.
and hiding the body.
Mm.
Where, so I don't know, who was she married to?
The Church of Scientology leader. I don't know what that guy's name was. Anyone out there know?
I don't know. I
Ooh.
feel like I know that.
Yeah, I thought we had this in the past and you were right on it, but now I'm not sure. To be
I
honest.
don't remember this question. You might have been the Florida thing. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up happened. She was accidentally murdered.
Whoa. Accidentally?
Yeah, which is why I was making the correlation between what I'm seeing here and that Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. Where I got the two words because I'm just getting the energy of it. And he snapped and he felt guilty because he just went crazy and strangled her.
Mm.
I'm getting temper tantrum on this one. What have the investigations turned up? Does anybody have any information about it?
Yeah, drop some info if you have any, folks.
I know nothing about this case, but that's what I'm picking up.
The dude's name is David. Everyone is saying David. Dave, the Church of Scientology dude. David I'm pronouncing it. I don't think I'm pronouncing
I
it.
don't remember hearing anything about that.
Miss Cabbage.
I don't remember hearing anything about that case.
Hmm.
I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, and I was out there 2007 too.
You lived there then?
I was out. That Church of Scientology, their headquarters were right. Well, they had a huge one right in downtown Hollywood on Sunset Boulevard. It's still there.
It's one of the more successful cults out there.
Yeah, I worked right across the street, basically.
That's what money will do. Can build a
Yeah.
can build a big old cult.
Fort Knox. It's so weird because it's just so featureless. The whole building, it's massive. It's new, like tan brick everywhere, and you can't really look inside or do anything. You know?
Yeah, it's a cult.
Yeah.
It's a cult. They have it down to a science.
For real.
So how to control someone's mind.
Unbelievable. Let's see. Where do we want to go next? How about this, Annette? From another one of our wrenches. This is from Christian Montone.
Thank you, Wrench. Christian.
Annette, is there a theme or an overarching message we need to keep in mind for 2023? Thank you.
Oh, we're jumping forward to our predictions.
Perhaps.
Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. And learn how to enjoy the ride. It's just life, you know. So we're here in Earth School to learn, and it's not always easy to learn. That's what I got. Does he need more than that?
No, I don't think so.
Just stay tuned because it's November and we'll be getting to that.
Enjoy the ride.
We'll be we'll be getting to the predictions in a few weeks, which are our most viewed shows.
Oh yeah, they're crazy.
Everyone's looking for psychics on YouTube around December. Especially.
I know. We just started. I wonder how close the date is in it to our first anniversary here on YouTube. Was it around this time?
Probably now. Happy anniversary. Send presents.
Yeah, I wonder. Maybe next week's our first anniversary show.
Send more presents.
I'll look that up in a little bit. Well, that's
and thank you. You know, anybody who has sent me something that I didn't, just call out, like, thank you so much. There's a woman named Claire, and she sent me these really pretty homemade cards. I should go get them.
Oh, I did get something for you.
A card?
I haven't opened it. But we did get we got 2 letters actually from Suzanne Grace.
Is it time to really? Suzanne wrote to you handwritten?
Yes.
She writes me emails all the time.
Yeah. I got 2 notes. I haven't opened it yet. But I have.
Suzanne, let us know if you want us to read it.
Yeah, I know, because honestly, there were 2, so I do have 1 here. See the heart? That's a good sign when there's a heart with an arrow through it. That's a coin flip, but this actually was very nice. I'll wait till she's around to see if it's okay to read it on it.
Okay, I can't really see it because it's in and out of the leaves.
Yeah, right. But it's very sweet, and it's on graph paper.
Cool.
Yeah.
All nice and even.
Yeah, Yeah, easier to
Cool.
draw a heart, I suppose, when you can get his coordinates down.
That's true.
You know?
I'll keep that in mind. I'm gonna shut my window so my feet aren't cold.
Yeah, very sweet. So yeah, folks, people ask all the time if they can send correspondence. You can email me at hello@bridgecapeman.com. I also have a newsletter that goes out every Thursday morning, my time, first thing. If you want to sign up for that, you can do that there as well. If you'd like to send Annette or I goodies or letters, notes of thanks, we get that a lot. P.O. Box 5432, Gloucester, Mass. Annalie has that address. She'll throw it up for you. But we appreciate everything. We love the love that you show us week in and week out here.
It's all about the love, people.
Yes.
It's
Very
all about
sweet. Can't believe
love,
people's
love.
generosity is so sweet. We've gotten gifts from around the world and just notes of kindness. Really,
That's funny because I was just about to say love makes the world go around, and you said it around the world.
There we go.
For
And on
six
that
up.
note, here's something from Libra Lady, who says, I think she's with us tonight. To raise the vibe for the community for Thanksgiving, what do you think about each of us sharing something we're grateful for on your channel's community tab? Or we could do it right here in the live chat. You're working on your 1,000 messages there, 1,800 messages, whatever it
I'm
is.
kind of covered up with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And we
think
can
I'm
also, we can save that too for the
doing-
Thanksgiving show next week, you know?
I'm doing my job there.
That's I like the sentiment though.
Well, yeah, and we'd have a whole show of, I'm grateful for turkey. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful, so it's great if you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'd be surprised. I mean, there's always, what's interesting about getting to learn more about our followers, right? And
Yeah.
We've had some battles, some serious health issues all year long. We've sort of kept tabs with them.
So there'll be a lot of that.
Yeah. But it is awesome. I think we probably don't recognize enough all the sweet words that we get, especially in the live chat too throughout the show, how grateful people are, or thankful they are. And, like, it takes time to put these shows together. I mean, these are, we do marathon sessions, sometimes multiple times a week, and it's a lot, but we love doing this. And it's been great doing this with all of you,
We're nothing without you all.
Yeah, because actually Annette and I we did do our own thing before all of you. And that was basically me, Annette, fish cakes, and someone asking about her boyfriend. That's how those shows went back in the day.
10, 15 people that watched.
Yeah. Actually, we had some good ones on Facebook though, locally. We had some big ones, and then it was just when it just
not that big.
We had a couple good ones at night. Remember we'd be live at night?
Not hundreds though, was it?
Yeah, we could get I can look at those numbers, but I think my page had pretty good numbers. So
are you still on Facebook?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Not on Facebook at all.
Well, so the issue is Facebook, it's still the most popular website in the area, and it's still the easiest for locals to connect. And I have to reach a hyper local audience.
For you, but Facebook is going through a whole lot of changes.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks. It sucks since day one. I hate it. That's why I built my own website to dissuade people from Facebook, but that wasn't going to happen.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm not on it at all. I mean, my account's still there, but don't try to reach me on Facebook. I don't.
Yeah, I know. Don't.
I thought I would miss it, but I don't.
No. Some folks here have friended me on Facebook, which has been nice.
I don't miss people. This sounds awful, but I don't miss looking at people's pictures of their personal lives.
Right. I know. It is funny growing up. You always think that there's something cool, or you'd have you'd want to see someone's diary at some point, and then you're like, yeah, you know what? No, you don't. It's like it's not nearly as interesting as you want it to be.
And is there still thumbs up and thumbs down on Facebook? Is that a Facebook thing?
It's more like comment, or share. You can love, be angry at something, care about something. They sort of cleaned it up. It's not just up and down.
I forgot. Actually.
All that judgmental shit.
Yeah, and you know what I was thinking about tonight was I'm so glad on YouTube they don't do the thumbs down thing anymore.
They kind of do. It's just not as prevalent.
It's there, but there's not a number of people.
You don't see it. You don't see it, right? I see it on the back end.
Oh, you look?
I can see it on the back end. It's not the number of dislikes. It'll just say this video has 99.2% approval. Well, then who
Right.
are the
Way different. It's way different. It's way better. Because you like work your butt off doing a video and wanting to do the right thing and make people happy and love all for free mostly, right? And then you get like thumbs down. You'd be like, it was such a buzzkill.
Mm-hmm.
It really, that would really bother me.
Well,
and you know what it is? It's like you can get 500 thumbs up and then you get 20 thumbs down. You're thinking about the 20 thumbs down.
yeah, I mean, we can always talk like you shouldn't. I mean, the problem is when you talk about.
I know you can say you shouldn't. You can't say you shouldn't feel the way you feel. You can't help what you feel.
Well, right, but also, when you talk about political things or when controversial subjects, like that's gonna happen naturally.
Corey, it doesn't matter.
Oh no, I know.
You know what I mean? It's like a thumbs down feels bad. It doesn't matter, even if you're totally wrong. If you put your whole heart into something and you get a thumbs down, it feels bad.
See, now I just either it doesn't bother. I just
well, you're made of Teflon and you're a guy and.
Don't start crying. No crying on the show. Have a Mary Jane.
They're home. I'm having pistachios.
Oh, ring the bell. Actually, ring the bell twice, Annette.
Buying your bell for Christmas.
Because not only did we get tipped again, but we got tipped by Yoon. In Singaporean dollars.
Musical.
Yeah. Thank you, Yoon.
Happy Christmassy. Jingle bells.
Oh, that's great. Yoon just bought us drinks. How about this question? You ready for another one?
I am.
This is from Alicia Leslie. She is the mundane mystic. Does Annette have any predictions regarding Cory Booker's political future?
She's a mundane mystic?
That's her full title, Alicia Leslie, mundane mystic.
I bet she knows if she's a mystic.
Huh?
She's a mystic. She must know.
Well,
she
wants you to weigh in.
Ask her if she's psychic.
Yeah, I don't know if Alicia's in this tonight. I haven't seen
I posted a picture on my community page. I just screenshot a picture of Trump last night. I think it was before he gave his big speech. And it was interesting because I posted with the picture, I said, this is a psychic quiz. Tell me what you get from looking at him. Looking at like his expression. I was amazed at how many people responded.
I'm sorry. Keep
it's all right. I'm just
stretch it out, Annette. Stretch it out.
Talking to myself.
No, stretch. You have to stretch. I have to do something here.
Yeah, but I'm trying to focus on answering someone's question.
Oh, for crying out. So I have to give you the question again? Cory Booker, his political future.
Exactly.
Oh, geez. What? What do you do here with every other question?
He's going to stay.
Alicia's with us. Alicia is with us tonight.
Yeah. You mean the mystic, Monday mystic?
Yeah, the Monday mystic. She's with us.
What are you reading?
I'm reading the live chat. I just gave you the Cory Booker question, and I'm trying to find out when our anniversary is.
So all right. All is forgiven. Cory Booker is going to stay in politics. I don't really know. I mean, that's all I got. He's going to stay in public service.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if she's looking for something more specific than that. Is he a senator? I mean, I think he's a senator.
And I think we passed our anniversary, Annette.
Yeah, because we've been doing this longer than. We've been doing this since the summer of last year.
On YouTube?
Yeah. Definitely. We were doing this last summer. Maybe we started on YouTube in the spring. Well, while you're looking at that, give me another question.
Another question. Here we go, folks. We kind of touched on that one earlier. Art Gal would like to know, and this was general because I double checked with her. Globally, are we in for an easy winter? Now, she's got to mean Northern Hemisphere. But do you see anything catastrophic happening this winter, weather-wise?
I've had a fruit fly in my office for like 2 weeks. It's starting to really, it's gotta die.
Okay, listen, do we need a snack timeout? Like,
It needs to die.
we're 2 hours in. You know what
This
happens, Annette.
One fruit fly.
I saw you have a snack in the first 10 minutes, and I haven't seen you chew anything since.
No,
I'm getting worried
I
about
have my pistachios.
Oh, yeah, good.
But they're making me thirsty.
Okay, hold on. Can you ring the bell quickly? We have another. Yeah, the bell's not coming through like it used to. It's weird. No.
I know.
Kara Glenn, thank you, Kara, for the help. Thank you.
She saw
as
me wait.
always.
You saw me waving it.
They were doing well tonight.
We're making money?
Hand over fist.
Really?
Oh,
Wow. That's cool.
See, you predicted it earlier, right? There's got to be an investor out there somewhere for us.
We
to
get paid
sponsor.
for this. I like it.
Winter
yes.
weather. Are we going to get
Yes.
punched in the face? We are.
There's gonna be some bad winter weather. I mean, it's like, that's not a hard question.
Really? But don't you think some, like, we've had mild winter, like the last couple of years have been pretty
And
mild
we
winters.
went
We
over this
shoveled
last
once
week.
last year. Huh?
We went over it. We've gone over this last week and the week before and the week before. It's gonna be not very much snow like it's been because we have global warming and we don't have the kind of winters that we used to. So it'll be a winter with a lot of storms here and there, and we won't have a lot of snow. And that's it. And that's my boring answer.
Wow, that was boring.
Pretty boring answer. So I'm throwing it to you.
I wish you got more specific, but if it's the world at large, no, I think we're going to be okay this year.
I'm throwing it to the sidekick. Like, what do you think? What do you think is the gist of the question in terms of what's the question really asking for?
I don't think we're going to get crazy mind-numbing blizzards all over the place.
So do you think that's the question actually?
Well, I think between the droughts and the fires and the flooding that happened in this past year, I think we're due for a quieting period. And I think honestly, each summer, I think the summers are going to get worse and worse weather-wise.
She's asking about the winter.
She is, right, in the northern hemisphere, and I think we're going to be okay for now. But
what do you mean? That's a really relative thing to say. I think we're going to be okay for now.
What was your answer?
Very vague.
What was your answer? It's a vague question. How's winter going to be globally?
We're not going to get very much snow because of global warming. We don't get very much cold weather anymore.
Well, I think there are certain patterns and jet streams that sort of lock in for entire seasons usually, and they kind of shift this way. And I think we're going to be in one of those patterns now where we're not in a wet pattern for a little bit. Like El Nino or La Nina, like things like those patterns.
To assume that the weather is going to be anything like normal is living in the past. It really and truly is.
Well, right, but abnormal could also mean like it's like the drought.
No, it's warmer. No.
Well, of course it's warmer. It is warmer.
And you don't even know where that person lives. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to deal with that question.
Are we in for an easy winter weather-wise?
Who's we? Where?
Globally. I know. Listen, I just copy and paste.
And then when you say globally, it's like, well, in the southern
I asked last night. I said, where you want a specific region, Art Gal? She said, no, globally. No, she could know the world.
Is she here?
No, I don't think Art Gal is here.
Maybe she just couldn't think of a question.
I mean, I think it's becoming more and more apparent as we
like pour over the question. Like she probably just couldn't think of anything. Yeah. I know. How's the global weather going to be?
Holy crap.
There's such a thing as a question that's too general.
Yeah. Remember the one we got a couple months ago?
Probably.
What was it? Like what's your read on Canada?
Like that. what's gonna happen in Canada?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think about
It's
Canada?
a huge country. What specific area? Can you narrow it down a little?
Yeah. What about Canada?
We love
Ah,
Canada.
it is good. We have to do breakdown every now and then. Okay, you touched on this early, but why not? It's been a couple hours. Let's get back to this. Nydia is always with us. What will happen in Russia when Putin dies?
It's gonna become a democracy.
Really? That's
Am I talking to the wall? We already talked about this.
But listen, you have to sometimes treat this like it's radio and get a little repetitive every now and then for the new people.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
And I act surprised and play dumb. Like, what?
Oh, okay, but I don't want to be repeating the whole thing again for the people that have been here the whole time. Putin's demise is coming soon. After it happens, as it's happening, the Russian people are going to have a revolt against the whole, what do they call it? The Russian Federation. It sounds like Star Trek.
Mm.
The Russian Federation is in trouble. I feel like people are going to turn. I even feel like the military is going to turn. I think Russia is going to have a coup. And I've been saying that for a long time. And ultimately, I see Russia. I mean, it's going to take a while, obviously, but I see Russia becoming a democracy. And I don't know what the hell they're going to do with Ukraine because Putin made a mess of it. And it's not like they're rolling in the dough. Such a stupid, unforgivable. There are no words.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous.
There are no words to. I mean, how evil somebody can be. Just amazing. But yeah, eventually the people will take over. So we have to support Ukraine. We have to financially. There's some idiot whack jobs in the Republican Party that want to stop aid to Ukraine. You know, it's like, what's that game that if you pull out the wrong stick, it all falls, or Jenga? You know, like
Jenga.
You know, you gotta be strategic. You don't just like pull it out. The whole world falls in if that happens. We become a world full of dictators. It's like, I can't believe these people in government that have no business being in those positions.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know, America has to do something about the rate of idiocy. It really, really, really does. Oh, there's 2 fruit flies. Uh-oh. Anyway. I see the problem.
Moving on. How about this? Here's a weird one from Leona B. I hope you know about this because I don't. Annette, do you think we can trust the med beds, these celestial chamber beds they say are coming out? Do you know what she's talking about?
No idea.
Anyone know what that's about? Celestial chamber beds, med beds? I'll let that float out there for a bit and we'll move on.
Haha, celestial beds, I'll let it float out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny.
Let's see. Did anyone how about Cinema and Mansion? You want to talk about that at all? How will they do next year in the new term?
No, not necessarily.
That's fine.
They're so revolting.
How about
Just
this
their
one?
behavior is so despicable.
Do you want to touch upon that at all, or
No. What's the I didn't hear a question. What's the question?
How will they do next year in the new term?
Corey.
Listen, I can't. I told you, we might need to hire a producer.
What, to go through the questions?
Well, yeah, because
I
I copy and paste them and then I just read them.
I'm just messing with people. I love you all.
How about this one? Same questioner. The Trump organization signed a new deal with a Saudi real estate company to build in Oman.
A what?
They build in Oman, the country, Oman.
To build in the country Oman?
Yeah.
Wait, back up.
Trump organization
The
signed
Trump
a new...
organization, not like when he was president. Okay. The
Right.
Trump organization that's under investigation by Letitia James?
No, wait, what are you talking about? Did I just say that?
No, you said the Trump organization, and the Trump organization is his business organization that's under investigation by Letitia James, and she sued them for $250 million.
Right. But yeah, business goes on.
So are you talking? No, it's good. It's still in litigation and everything. That's still alive. That case is still ongoing and pending.
Right.
So.
But are they still conducting business?
No, they're not supposed to be.
Oh, well.
No, they will be forbidden from having any business operation in New York City for at least 5 years. So she sued the Trump organization for $250 million. So I don't know what that story is about.
Okay.
Because it sounds like you're saying the Trump organization.
Yes.
Not government money, because it sounds like you're talking about when he was.
It's a private business deal, it sounds like.
So so is the question is it gonna happen, or
This made it sound like it has happened. Trump organization signed a new deal with Saudi real estate company to build in Oman.
When?
I don't know. Does anyone know about that? Joanne Signs. I think it was reported that Trump did that deal.
When?
Yeah, we have to wait. There's that lag between them and when we get answers from the.
Because it would have had to have been a while back. Because the Trump organization is not supposed to be doing anything right now. They're under investigation. And they're being sued.
Shift gears for a second.
Sure.
Here's a question from Lily, who asked, oh, by the way, it's 9 o'clock now, folks, Eastern Standard Time. How you doing? I'm Corey. She's Annette. This is the Psychic and the Sidekick. We're with you every Wednesday night this time. Thanks for following. And feel free to jump in. Lily asks, Annette, which colors should we surround ourselves with now?
Depends on what you're going for.
Okay, expand on that.
It's just, are we in the general question zone? Do you have a page?
We get
really
all kinds.
Wide general questions without any details?
Yeah.
What colors should we surround ourselves with?
When I hear that question, I think to calm and pacify, but it could be something it could be to inspire and motivate.
It depends on what you're after.
Right. My guess is because of the temperature of what the chat usually is and the questions and political climate, that is to a calming influence.
So to me, I would say whatever, if you're going for soothing, whatever colors are soothing to you. That's kind of an individual thing, right? If you are, if you're drawn to certain colors, they might be aligned with certain chakras. What are you pointing to? I don't know what you're pointing to.
I'm pointing at because Lily is now in the live chat. She's with us and she says, what color should we surround us with to bring us happiness?
Yellow. Yeah. So doesn't that make you happy?
Wicked.
Yeah, yellow.
Orange. Lily.
Orange has some yellow in it. Yeah.
Orange, is that a happy color?
Orange and yellow.
Orange and yellow.
Yeah. Now, why do you think yellow and, the smileys are yellow?
Why don't you have any yellow near you?
I do. My whole thing has kind of a yellowish tint, don't you think?
Season.
Are you telling me I need more yellow because I'm having an attitude?
No.
I have
No. Yeah, look, and Lily held up a sunflower and a happy face. Oh, there you go.
That's a butterfly.
Yeah.
Oh, they put up a happy face? Yeah, why do you think that the smileys, since they ever began in the 70s, are yellow?
Yeah, sunshiny. Everyone loves sunshiny.
Yeah, totally.
Even says yellow is joy. Christian says yellow is very joyful.
Right, but see, I thought everybody knew that. Maybe I assumed too much.
Yeah. Annie, however, does not like yellows or oranges.
I bet she
think if she wears them.
Wait, who doesn't like yellow or orange?
Andrea, I don't like yellows or oranges. I look sick if I wear them.
I didn't say you had to wear them.
Yeah. By the way, Annalie is wearing orange with yellow flowers right now.
I bet she is.
Yeah.
I could totally see that because I read energy and she's got happy energy.
Yeah. It takes a rare person to pull off wearing orange and yellow.
You think so? I don't think so.
I mean, I can think of the San Diego chicken, and that's about it.
You probably can't. I don't know.
I'm half orange. I'm half orange. I tan. I change colors in the summer. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Pretty much, although I have been told that I am an autumn. I've been told that by some friends.
Well, I'm wondering if you know how different colors are more flattering on different people. I'm just wondering because I don't know how to do that fashion thing, but you know, if your skin is warm toned, certain colors, you know, enhance your look, or what is it for you?
We can talk about this for a bit because as a redheaded guy,
That's
you
why I'm
have very
asking.
few options. Like you're pretty
That's
much
why
down to black. You folks, you can tell me up there what colors should I be wearing? Because I'm down to like earth tones or whatever.
See, you're already reddish orange naturally.
Right, I know. I'm a natural autumn.
Or you're a
Pretty
happy guy.
weird. Yeah. I don't think redheaded guys have many options. I think most women, no matter what, can wear pretty much anything whenever they want.
And well, some colors look better than others. Some colors are more enhanced, beauty enhancing than others on certain people. But I say just wear what you feel like. You know, when you check your wardrobe in the morning, like what colors am I drawn to? Because that really is. It's partly, you know, that you're, you know, the chakras resonate with different vibrational frequencies of color. And like if you're feeling like not very empowered, you might want to wear some yellow because that resonates with the solar plexus, which is about your sense of self.
Well, you know what else hurts too is like when I don't wear adornments of any kind.
You're a guy.
Well, there are plenty of guys wear chains, earrings, piercings, tattoos.
Yeah, but it's a certain type of guy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know, you're not that type.
No, I'm not. I'm getting earth tones, a lot of navy. People like me in navy.
Enough past lifetimes as a female that you're just like, I don't want any of that jewelry stuff.
Excuse me? Dottie says lavender would be a good color on me. Could you see me in lavender?
No, lavender would not look good.
How about Annette? Do you have favorite colors, Annette?
Green.
To wear? Yeah.
Red. I like
this
red.
Is noticeable what you're wearing tonight, not the red, white, and blue, the green.
Yeah, this is what one of the viewers made for me.
Oh, nice.
Ward from Maine, remember?
Yeah, I do remember
Ward
that.
from Maine, and then like I don't know, he doesn't have a website or anything, but they're made out of sea glass. Yeah, we had a whole conversation about it. In the summer, he sent them to me.
And I'm hearing moss green, forest green. Judy's a redhead, and she wears greens, turquoise, teal, and dark red. But she's a she.
That works. She's a
for
she.
Women.
She's a she.
Yeah, well, I think it's tough. Like redheaded guys. I mean, slim.
I think green would work for you.
You think that people just associate like a Kelly green with a redhead?
You look like a little leprechaun.
No shit. No, I never hear that.
Ever, but you're Sicilian. I don't get it.
My friends call me the Italian leprechaun. That's true.
They really do. And you let them get away with that shit.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, you should hear what I say to them. So.
That's funny.
Maureen Coyle says I should start with colors opposite of orange on the color wheel, which would be the blues and into the purples. Try a deep purple.
Yeah, no, I don't know if purple would work, but you could try it. I wonder, she sounds like a color consultant. There are people that are fashion consultants that are color consultants. And they dress you in what looks good.
Yeah, I'm getting more moss greens and grays. I will say my favorite color is probably like slate gray.
Really?
I always like that color. Yeah, I like that color.
Yeah, but I just wonder if it looks good on you. Probably.
Probably. Who knows?
Yeah,
I need other people's eyes for that stuff.
I like neutral colors.
Yeah. See, I like questions like that take you down a little path.
Yeah, it was a color path.
Would you like another general question, Annette?
It depends. I mean, that one was on
Right.
the, that was a little, the color. I had to, hone in and narrow it down.
Oh, I love color.
Me too.
It's
really important.
I love it. In fact, you want to hear something weird? So the reason why I know about the Oprah promoting the gummies on this app is because when I kill time, I do like a color by numbers artwork as an app because I like you can do like nautical theme or nature or whatever or autumnal, and then you just tap. You literally, it's like you pick out it's color by numbers. But I just like filling in the colors, and that's how I kill like 5 minutes if I'm waiting for a phone call or something.
I was looking up actual paint by numbers today. Yeah. My mom likes to do projects like that, so I thought, remember paint by numbers?
Yeah.
But you actually do it on your phone. I think that's probably not right.
Well, I mean, I can't paint to begin with. Now, also remember Light Bright. Light Bright was basically, you'd stick the peg in by the.
Yeah. So when you're young and you're drawn to different colors, you have to learn about colors, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's really important to kind of train the eyes when you're a baby. Yeah, Light Bright. Do they still sell Light Bright? I'm sure you can get it somewhere.
Actually, Christian would know. He's in all that kind of stuff, but they still do Light Bright, some updated version.
Yeah. Well, you can find anything really.
It was really weird. That was just a light bulb and a piece of plastic with charcoal paper.
It was before smartphones.
Yeah, way before.
Kids nowadays, I don't know what they're missing.
I know. All right, how about this? So here's one from Yellow Table Tales, right? We know Denise. Annette, is it okay to ask the universe for love?
I want you to answer that question.
Why wouldn't that be okay?
That's okay. Good job.
Right. To me, it's wherever you find comfort and encouragement, you can go down that path. And if it's asking the universe for love, why wouldn't you?
Nice, good answer.
Right.
That was pretty philosophical for you there.
Did you like that?
I'm impressed. I'm looking at you in a whole different way now.
I was gonna say light, like a red orange light. Yeah.
That was inspiring.
Ask the universe for love, folks. Annette, there's
wait, I have to back up. Why would you think that's not?
What?
I don't understand why it wouldn't be okay.
I don't know. Is it okay to ask the universe for love?
Like, do you really need permission to ask the universe for something?
They
might want to get a reading.
And if people want to do that, how can they go about doing that?
PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Make sure to type in the .com. It's all there. There's so much stuff on my website now. I actually look at it and I go, wow, I do a lot of stuff.
Here's a question about the job market. We're seeing tons of layoffs from large companies, and yet there's still a staffing crisis in most places. Is it now a good time to look for the right kind of occupation, or should this person wait until, say, spring or summer? Is now the right time to find a better occupation or move up?
You need a producer.
Mark that question down.
I'm sorry. I don't want anybody to think I'm just being a smart ass. I really don't. It's just.
That's why I'm trying to think of how do we twist this question into something that we can work with.
Right, exactly. And I know you don't have time for that. I understand that. It's just that is now a good time for me to look for a different occupation, sounds like. And
it is tough. I don't know what the hell's going to happen with the job market, right? Because there's staffing issues in industries across the board, which is crazy. But also people that, what I'm hearing from business owners all over and folks who run nonprofits are people are getting super selective how and when they want to work. So they'll say like, hey, you can basically make your own hours, do this and that.
But you run the risk right now of grossly generalizing.
Well, that's what I have to do here. So that, yes.
No, you run the risk of grossly generalizing because that's not a true statement. What you're saying, it's not true.
Don't you think the way people work has changed now, since people are getting used to either working remotely or hybrid or
but how people think, when you go into that territory, unless you're doing a psychic reading, how people think, you can't really say how they're thinking.
Right. No, I'm just telling you what business owners are telling me, the excuses they're getting from people who either don't want to work or want to work select hours. This is what they're hearing all the time.
You wouldn't go to get a job and say, you wouldn't go to an potential employer and say, I don't want to work it's got to be on my schedule, and you got to pay me. You don't. I'm not even knowing where that's coming from.
See, I think you'd be surprised how often people are hearing that, because I think more people are.
They would go in and say that to the employer.
Or they're literally not going to show up, or if they don't get. I think people are used to gigging now and not getting employed and staying at a company for 5 years, 10 years, or back in the day, 30, 40 years till they retire. I think they're so used to gigging where they have 4 different jobs and, all right, I work 12 to 3 this day. Then I work Tuesday night. Then Wednesday, I work this 2 hours. And then
that's because people, the minimum wage has to be raised a lot.
Yep.
That's why. I've been down that road. You add together all the different jobs that you can do and you add them all together and you go, I'll still be scraping by. But if you don't have a specific skill set, that's out of necessity. So what people are actually doing, this is why I take issue with when people are like, nobody wants to work. No, that's a total misread from my perception, because you're looking at people that are trying to piece together survival. And that's how to do it. If you're young, especially if you're just entering the workforce, the jobs like Joe Biden is, he's got the right idea. He's they're going to be building chips factories and, green energy technology jobs and good paying jobs for people. In that scenario, you can get a job and keep that. We know we have a semiconductor plant here in town. And I know people that have been there for 30, 35 years that are doing quite well for themselves because they needed to get in there when they were always hiring, and they got in there with their specific skill set and they were given the opportunity to make a living and a good living. But when you have all these like minimum wage, can't make ends meet, there's no other option than to just have all these gig jobs.
Well, I'll tell you what's frightening. I have a lot
of compassion for that.
If you ask teenagers now, what job would they like to have most in the world? I bet most of them would say social media influencer.
Corey, you're sounding a little bit like a little old man right now.
I'm telling you, that's what I think most of them do say.
No, but it's sounding a little bit like overgeneralization and a little bit like kids nowadays, And I don't think that you are seeing the whole picture. Respectfully.
But it's part of the picture.
I know. When people say, they're this way, I really I can't look at it that way.
Well, yeah, I don't mean all of them, but I think they have been polls taken. And I think it's the same way if you asked groups of people ask you, do you want to be I want to be a professional athlete when I get older.
Well,
I want to be a rock star when I get older. I want to be a social influencer when I get older. But the problem with social influencing is you can do it now. You can be 10 and make a killing.
So I feel like we've lost our point.
Well, I think it's just strange. I just don't think the way people worked back when we were growing up is how people are going to be working moving forward.
Of course not.
Right. But I think it's going to be more gig based. I don't think it's going to be someone stays at a steady job forever. I think people are used to moving around. I think they like that flexibility. I think some take advantage of it the same way most employers have taken advantage of employees over time. I mean, I still don't get the whole, I hear it every day. Someone wants to work this day of the week. If they can't get that day, they're not going to show up the next day.
Yeah, but that's grossly generalizing.
Well, yeah, but that's what the hell we're doing here.
I know, but you're waxing real negative there.
Well, I just think it's different. Like people that clearly.
Yeah, I know, but there's a little bit of like poo-poo in it going on. It's like, the whole like the extenuating circumstances that we're in right now is we're on the verge of being a kleptocracy if we don't get this under control. So the GOP is wanting to have things rigged so that young people don't have a chance, right? And they're just trying to figure it out. Young people now are trying to figure it out. So when I hear people say nobody wants to work anymore, it's like, whoa, that is not true.
Right. But I think there's also a combination of other things happening. I think
there's always that.
Right. But then there was COVID, and now you have a lot of people working from home or doing the hybrid stuff. People are offering extra days off, extra time off. It's weird. The standards are completely different now.
Okay. So name one area that we can look at right now. The economy, social situations, marketing, advertising, technology. Look at any one of those areas that you can think of. Which one is stable?
I tell you, the most stable work.
No, which one is stable? Which of the different various issues that we have to deal with as a society right now is a stable one?
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't know what's most stable there.
None. Goose
right.
egg.
Right.
Nothing is stable.
Yeah.
That's what we're in. That's why what did I say about 2023? Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, and that's why when people ask me if they're thinking about starting a small business now, or if they're looking for the next sort of an occupation change, I say go to the nonprofits. They're the only things around here booming right now. They're booming. They're all building. They have tons of good jobs available with good benefits. It's not the small business. It's not that. It's not the for-profits. It's tough. But the nonprofits, especially in our area, kill it, Annette. Kill it.
I feel like we missed the point.
Well, I think we're just talking, we're just having a general conversation now about it. But I do think it's weird. It's not like you don't just get a job like you used to have a job and get paid what you deserve and all that. Like it's upside down. And it's
a lot of layers.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. Hi everybody, if you're just tuning in. Annette, so we're almost at the 3-hour mark. So you tell me what
we're starting to like fight and argue. So
I don't think so. I don't think there's anything wrong with just having
I get real like, wow, when I feel like people are being, judgmental, when really what's going on is like people are just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I'm relaying to you what literally I'm hearing from when I go and do my visits. This is what they're telling me.
The difference between you and I and our perspective in the world is like what I do is I do the best that I can in my work to get people to understand, because it's not natural to just understand this automatically. It has to be taught. We are the creators of what we experience. So you are coming from the perspective of the generalized population, and the way people see things is like, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to me? Oh, this is the way. And the conditions that they see outside of them are going to dictate what happens. And what's really important from my perspective is that we understand that we create our reality as individuals and as a collective. So we want to contribute to the whole reality of we take charge and make it better for ourselves. And then that in turn makes it better for the collective. So when people are acting like, oh, nobody wants to work anymore and things are so tough and you can't, when people are acting like that, it's like, we don't want to feed the collective that. We don't want to feed the collective, oh, the next generation, they're so lazy, they don't want to do anything. We want to understand that there are kids that will get it, that they have to, starts with them creating the reality that they want to create. Mm-hmm. And those that are evolved enough understand that it comes from them. And you see it like in this guy Maxwell, I don't remember his last name, got elected to Congress, I think it was, 25 years old. There is a whole generation of really evolved kids that get it, that they're not victims of the circumstances that are happening around them. That's not what's going on. They understand if we want global climate change to be addressed, we have to do it. If we want to create good jobs for us in the future, we have to initiate that. Because basically that's what this generation is having to come to the realization of. People are acting like they're victims of circumstances, and that's not working. So there's going to be enough people rising up, especially in the younger generations, that will understand it's not like we have to do this gig and that gig. Well, maybe to get where you want to be, but it's going to be co-creating.
Yeah, but I also feel like I sort of gigged my way to finding out, you learn the things, you develop skill sets, you learn things you love to do, things you don't want to do. And having those different environments and working conditions and all that help contribute to where you end up. So I think that's cool about the gigging stuff.
You gain skills in different areas of the job, different jobs, all the different jobs I've done, I use all those skills now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think it's a generational, I just think it's weird how, it's interesting too, to see how younger people are looking at what they may do for occupations down the line or how they're going to go about getting there. Cause I have no idea how they're going to
if they don't look at themselves as victims of circumstance, but as innovators, miracles will occur. If we don't have an innovative society, we're done. It's over.
Right.
It really, really is. But we always have been innovators.
Yeah, but I don't think we're disagreeing about much.
No, but I've just heard things like, oh, nobody wants to work. And it's like, I can't.
It is weird because these are all certain industries as well, where
consider the source of where people are coming from when they say those kinds of things.
Yeah, I do.
Are they complainers?
I don't know. I think a lot of times where there's miscommunications are expectations. What are the expectations? This is what the job entails. This is what you're going to need to do. I mean, this is what the employee expects. Maybe if you're an upstanding person, you go in, and if you want the job and you agree to do the job and you have integrity, you do the job. Mm-hmm.
Right? So what the problems come if somebody's lacking character and integrity. So what you're addressing when you're saying, they don't want to do this and they don't want to, well, that's no integrity. That's not playing fair.
I agree.
So, all right, next topic. It's 9:30.
It's nice. You want to wrap things up?
Well, we should.
Yeah. Let's do a community card.
We lost 200 people.
No, we're over 400.
They're still listening to us, just rambling on.
Well, yeah, but there's also the chat has their life there, and they're all commenting on what we're talking about. It's good.
That makes sense. We love you guys. Thank you for bearing with us.
Yeah.
As we hash out, I don't even know what we hashed out. Something.
No, I don't know. I think it's just I just think it's a fruitful discussion. It's there's a lot of shit going on right now. It's hard to
I
wrap your head around
know.
all of it. You know,
And
it's
suffice it to say that nothing is stable. Nothing is going to feel like it's on solid ground. And that is why we have to empower ourselves and co-create from our intentions.
yeah. The
So
one thing, even at a young age, that I never understood is how, you know, a dollar could get you this much back then, and it doesn't get you that much anymore. And it just gets stretched and stretched and stretched thinner. And I could never wrap my head around why that isn't like the one of the biggest issues ever in any political cycle. And why isn't that at the forefront of people's minds?
what? And
Well, it's just like, you know, my parents could live off of one income and have multiple children.
because we've been in a form of a kleptocracy.
Yeah, I know.
That's why.
Yeah. And there should be more outrage about.
We just had midterms and we just gave the Republicans a shellacking. I don't care that they took the House. It doesn't matter to me. We have to fight like hell. I mean, with our voices.
Grassroots of democracy.
And our activism, yes. We make things happen. That's the thing. We make things happen. We set our intention and we don't take no for an answer, and we just plow through. We do what needs to be done. And
they won't get fooled again.
Yeah, exactly. And these times that we're in are going to create a fighting spirit in us. Like, we're not going to quit until we get what we're after. And I'm done pontificating. So,
no, you're not.
But if you want more of that, come to my church.
Yeah. So, all right. Why don't, once I say community card, people are going to start to bail. So I
don't leave. We're doing no community card.
That's it. We're going to wrap things up.
Well, we're gonna read for the collective.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. We're gonna read for the collective for the next week. I cannot believe next week is Thanksgiving. I keep thinking it's in 2 weeks.
Cool, folks. We'll keep you posted on when Annette and I are on next. We'll shoot for next Wednesday evening. I got to see if I have to do something that night, but I'll let you guys know. We're usually here every Wednesday night. You can subscribe to this channel, of course, in Annette's channel, which is Annette Dion, to follow us. I also have a newsletter that comes out every Thursday morning. I usually have our YouTube schedule in there as well. You can just email me at hello@bridgecapean, and I'll add to that list. And that goes out at 6 a.m. my time tomorrow. So, and this is how Annette and I like to end the show each week, is with a.
Yeah. And you know what? My Wi-Fi worked.
It was awesome. It was flawless.
Yeah.
And
I kind of rebooted it, and we'll see.
And Yoon was here from start to finish.
Yes, she was, and you can't hear my dog. Yeah, Yoon from Singapore.
Yeah.
The Five of Pentacles has a lot to say tonight, because I keep on pulling the Five of Pentacles.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me pull up my card while we're here.
You have your cards?
I do. Let's see. Where is it?
You've been holding out all for 3 hours now?
Here we go.
Oh, I thought you were going to put up a tarot card.
What? No.
Oh, my goodness. Linda what?
That's Linda Carter, Wonder Woman.
Carter. All right, Corey's in love. She does look like one of these cards. She looks like this one, right?
In that vein.
That's the one that you like. Okay, so
That's
here are the community cards. We're gonna see a lot of hardship.
Oh, Jesus. Wear yellow, everybody. Wear yellow this week.
You're gonna be praying to Jesus. You're gonna be praying to Jesus this week. It's what's already going on, and then an end to it.
Oh my God.
We're gonna see something that's been creating massive amounts of heartache coming to a halt. We're at the end of the worst of the storm. I don't mean the Q storm. That's not what I mean. I'm metaphorically speaking. We're coming to the end of things being stormy, but so don't be fooled, because it's going to be awful. But know that we're at the end of it. And the Queen of Pentacles, there's new fresh energy coming in. And it's creative in the sense that we are creating something new. I think this is really when we get into a place of, we recognize that we do have power. And that, you know, and the energy of the midterms is kind of, it's like pushing that. We doubted that we had power. We did. We all were getting our fears, right? We doubted that we had the power to do what needed to be done. But now that we know we have the power, it's a game changer.
When you say power, do you mean like a golden lasso and an invisible jet?
What are you talking about?
That's what Wonder Woman had.
She had an invisible jet. Is that how she traveled?
Didn't she fly an invisible jet?
I thought she was just like magically flying.
That's
right?
She could get a lot of things done.
Like Superman, right?
Yeah, but
Just
better.
Flying with a one leap and just up.
And a single bound.
How did they do that?
Superpowers.
But I just know, I just wondered in the whole story, like, how did they get to that place?
I don't know. You know what's weird in it is people aren't leaving. People aren't leaving the broadcast right now. It's amazing. After our last half hour.
It must be just that they're talking to one another, because
that is devotion. That is devotion.
The freaking rails.
Yeah. All right.
This is why we stay 3 hours, because they're all here.
I know. I hate saying goodbye. It's really weird.
I know. We're not going to go for 4 hours ever. This is our cutoff time.
Yeah,
3 hours max.
Yeah, we're both going to sleep well tonight. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Annette, great job as always. Again, folks, if you want a reading from Annette, just email AnnetteDion7@gmail.com or visit your website.
Or go to psychic.AnnetteDion.com.
Yeah, well, I have to thank Vicky Nedwick for the picture of Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Oh, geez, I almost got inappropriate there. So thanks for the picture. And we have to thank Anna Lee and Justin's mom and Christian Montone for the wrench work again. Thanks so much. And everyone, old and new that are with us. We love you all. It's been awesome once again. We can't wait to do another show with you again. And thanks for being there for us and supporting the channel and all of our efforts here too. Don't forget, Annette has a pendulum class coming up, solstice class coming up.
Yep.
Right.
And also in January, we're going to be doing a spiritual boot camp. That's not on the website yet, but I'm putting it up tonight or tomorrow.
Okay. Works for me. Okay. Thanks, Annette. We'll see you soon. We'll be in touch. We'll figure out how we're going to play next week out. Okay.
Okay. Just reach out.
Okay. Bye for now.
Thanks. Bye, everyone. Love you all.
All right. Good night, folks. It was great seeing you all again. And I'll let you know what the schedule is. It looks like we're on a regular schedule next week, but I think that next Wednesday night show, I might have to do a little earlier in the day. So that's all. Linda and I are off to a late dinner, and we will see you soon. Adios for now.